United States of America is a steadfast supporter of the principles that people have a right to choose their own form of government.
Absolutely clear.
The United States of America is a steadfast supporter of the principles that people have a right to choose their own form of government.
Absolutely clear. There is no room for double standards. International law must be protected always and everywhere without any.
The liberation and the revolution for Biafra freedom has begun.
God began to speak to me about Biafra. I said, I see an animal. Which animal did I told you last time? Huh? I said what? A what? A what? A small puppy. And I say, I see a small puppy going forward. All of a sudden, I saw so many strange wild animals, lion, bear, great animals around the puppy. Then I saw the puppy look back and saw that the animals around him are so many. Suddenly the puppy, what I saw last month is different from what I'm seeing now. The puppy is developing some futures of wild animals. This prophetic word is not to the negative. It's very important. Take the Biafra agitation serious. Every authority, there come a time when a revolution is about to take place. The power of gun, bombs, and bullets cannot hold an ideology.
Peace. History has proved that giving up territory for peace has too often led and will lead to further aggressions. To achieve peace, we will have to learn from our own mistakes. Failure to do so would bring a colossal cost in human lives across the globe.
The solution of a conflict, in our view, has to be, like some of my colleagues have already said, based on a comprehensive, just and lasting, enduring peace, founded on the principles of international law and the United Nations Charter.
Emerging economies with the goal of finding a path to peace. Canada will always be a strong voice for peace, democracy, freedom, and the international rule of law.
Chile, my country, as a small nation in the south of the world, with a population of 20 million inhabitants, understands that only adherence to international law and the protection of human rights can ensure peace.
Freedom is an inalienable right and a natural entitlement that cannot be denied to any people.
Nigeria, having advocated in 2024 for the independent state of Palestine, should be bold enough to also accept the outcome of the Biafra self-referendum in peace or in pieces. Biafra must be defended at all costs. Understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one, and Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into it.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Mazi, you are on.
Thank you to all Biafrans, and I'm sorry for the technical issues that has scrambled the streaming. You're welcome to this very show. The Prime Minister is live with Dr. Damage at place. His interview with him will try to heal some kind of damages from the brains of Dr. Damage. Maybe after today, he will learn some things. But I can doubt that he may not end up learning anything, because this is the same person that had interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu years back, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu educated him. And then he has not learned anything until today. He's still the same person, and he is even worse than what he was before now, when he's talking about Biafra, when he's bringing Biafra to the people. He's always on the antagonizing end. So, I bring to you the Prime Minister of the Biafran people, the Obato Obie Yagone Chamber of Biafra land, the Tere Kondo, the stone which the builders rejected, which has become the chief cornerstone, the Prime Minister of the Biafran people, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. The only reason why Nigeria is still alive, where the indigenous people are still alive, is because of the Prime Minister of Biafra. They want his head on a spike, but yet he is the only savior that has come to save every mankind. Remove Simon Ekpa from the space today, everyone in one Nigeria will buy it, because the terrorists have taken over the whole place. So, join us as we bring to the screen the live interview of the Prime Minister with Dr. Damage. And we pray the interview today will heal some damages on Dr. Damage's head. Thank you so much. My minister, please push the Prime Minister to the screen. They will from here.
In April 2001, Rafu Wazlike, the leader of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Massaw, visited the United States. I traveled from Boston to New Jersey to meet him. I listened to him attentively. I still remember him bragging about how he will return to Nigeria and stop the flow of crude oil from the south to the north. I regret I did not get a chance to interview him. On July 9, 2001, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu visited Boston as part of a worldwide tour to find the person he will hand over the baton to. During that trip, I interviewed him. Asked him whether he considered establishing a government in exile when the Biafran War ended. In March of 2014, I first interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. In that interview, he made his now famous declaration
if we can broadcast so that the whole world can hear us every blessed day, if we are in over 70 countries around the world with over 5 million listeners, there is nothing we cannot do. This time around, things are very, very different, believe you me. Very, very different, and very soon the world will hear about it. Because the only language that people in the zoo understand is the language of violence and force. After all, that very contraption was put together by Freddy Lugard by force. That's one thing people don't understand, that Lugard killed people to bring Nigeria together. And the killing of people to disintegrate the zoo shouldn't come to anybody as a surprise. Our promise is very simple. If they fail to give us Biafra, Somalia will look like a paradise compared to what will happen to that zoo. It is a promise, it is a pledge, and it's also a threat to them. They must understand this, that we've had enough of this nonsense. These criminals cannot be stealing money belonging to everybody.
I've since interviewed Nnamdi Kanu twice, including this sit-down in New York City in June of 2019.
This question all the time. When we meet dignitaries and officials and government and functionaries all over the world, they always ask us, are you sure there are Biafrans in America? I had a meeting in DC, and I said yes. They said, but we don't know them. Who are they? So it is very, very important that the people you claim you are fighting for actually come out to say that you are fighting for them. I cannot go to see the US government without being introduced by our people. So for me to make my contact official or what we are doing official with the US government, we need our people to come out in solidarity on the 3rd of July of next year to say that yes, we have given IPOB the mandate to speak on our behalf. So that is what that very much represents in essence.
And since Nnamdi Kanu's kidnapping in Kenya and rendition to Nigeria on June 27, 2021, our next guest has assumed the leadership of the Biafran movement from Helsinki, Finland. Some say he has taken the movement in a different direction. On December 2nd, 2024, he plans to declare once again the Republic of Biafra. Today, I'm pleased to welcome to the show Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Mazi Simon, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Rudolph, Dr. Rudolph. Thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we're happy to have you today. Let me get first the elephant in the room out of the way, which is that when you put out the notice that you were coming on the show, a lot of your people were against you coming. They said things like that you shouldn't come here to grace this platform, that I'm a fulefu, that I felt that they must love you so much. They are protecting you from what?
Well, you know, these are people who have gone through a lot, and because you, as a Biafran, and I believe that if Biafra become an independent state today, you cannot be, ostracized from being a Biafran, right? So
yeah.
by then, automatically you fall into Biafra. So, and for people like you that have platforms, which should be in the forefront of this freedom movement, and you are not doing enough according to them. So they believe that, I shouldn't come here. But, as a leader, I think differently, and I make decisions differently. So I am here also for their best interest. It is because we need to, we have somehow our outreach using our media, and it is time, I believe, we should also embrace other media platforms that have not been preaching Biafra. So I think my coming here today is for their best interest as well, and that's what makes me a leader. So I think differently from them. So it is very important that when those are agitating that I shouldn't come here, I will explain to them later on why it is important that I'm here. And then also, I'm going to be extending my hands of fellowship and open arm to every other despised media platform. I want to be there. So, because it is the right time to talk to people who may have seen our agitation on liberation of Biafra differently, so they need to be educated. So it is important that I'm here to talk to different audience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. On my part, I also have to say that when I put out that you were coming, a lot of people felt that I shouldn't bring you here. So I have the same pressure that you have from my own people. But I think my job is to facilitate conversation across every platform, different groups. It doesn't mean that we have to only facilitate conversation with people we agreed with. All right, let's get into that. Something happened in America last Tuesday. There was an election and Trump won. I know that you are in support of Trump. And how do you feel about the outcome of that election?
Very, very happy because as a matter of fact, I was among international politicians to openly and publicly endorse Donald Trump election. So I'm happy. He needed to come and save the world.
Now, before I go in deep into that, how do you think it is going to help your quest for Biafra?
Well, the United States has a very important role to play in global peace. And what Biafra is doing today is to bring peace and restore stability in Sahel region. So I believe that it is for the interest of America, it is for the interest of the West, and at the same time for Biafra and African interest. So I believe that the foreign policy of Donald Trump will facilitate the restoration of peace and stability in the Sahel by listening to Biafra people.
Now, there's this story that came out, I think 2 days ago, that the chief of staff of Donald Trump, incoming president, Susie Wiles, that she worked for the Biafran movement as a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. Is that true?
Well, in 2019, I just joined the Biafra movement. So what I would say is that it is a good thing for the fact that we have somebody who already have idea and knowledge about the plight of the Biafra people. She may not be currently representing Biafra, but at least she has been educated, and she once, was in forefront of educating the policymakers in the United States. So it's a very good plus to the Biafra cause.
All right. So, but you don't know whether she's currently on your own group, whether you are paying.
It doesn't matter whether she is currently in the Biafra movement or not. She is now the chief of staff of the United States, and we must respect that particular office and allow her to concentrate on the United States. The appointments that shall be given by the president-elect. So let us not drag her into the Biafra controversy and all that. So the point is that her firm have represented the Biafra movement in the past, in 2019, and my happiness is that she is well grounded on the issue of Biafra. That's enough.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now let's go straight to what is happening on December the 2nd. What are you planning to do?
Well, Dr. Rudolph, Biafra has come a very long way, and everybody has their way of agitating and pushing the movement for the freedom of Biafra. You will agree with me that Nigeria is not working. Nigeria will never work. And so what we try to do is to bring alternative to our people. And it is the Biafra people first, before any other Nigerian. So we are moving Biafra people forward, securing their future. And the only way to do that is that we need a separate, independent state where we can govern ourselves the way we want. And where we can put a policy that will help our people to develop and compete among nations. So in Nigeria, that opportunity is not possible. In Nigeria, the innovativeness of the Biafra people and their career are getting killed by the Nigeria system. So we need a better system and a different system entirely that will allow our people to develop themselves and compete among nations. So what we're doing in Finland is a part of the generating a document, a legal document, which is going to be a base for the pursuit for the recognition of independence state of Biafra to be recognized as a sovereign state. So that's what we plan to do. And you know that we have been conducting self-referendum, which is still ongoing. It's going to end on the 28th of November. And this self-referendum, as of today, has recorded over 50 million votes. It is both online voting and physical voting. So, so far, from the record we have from the official that are responsible, we have, recorded over 50 million votes. So this vote now will be one of the legal ground to give the Biafra government in exile and the de facto government a mandate to restore the lost sovereign state of Biafra. Just like every other nation have done it in the past. For example, Lithuania and co have one time lost their sovereignty. So Biafra also lost their sovereignty to Nigeria state by force, by the barrels of the gun. So today we are here to restore it. And what is happening in Finland is not declaration of Biafra, but declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. Because Biafra has been declared and recognized in 1967, and recognized by different countries. So that sovereignty were forcefully, lost, and Nigeria took it back. So we are here to restore it back because after that war, nothing has changed. Actually, the reason for the war has escalated, and the issue and the cases are completely different today. Worse than what it were before the war. Okay. Referendum. You said the results are showing. What are the results? What are they showing? How many? Like I said, it is not yet conclusive. They've not opened the envelope. But we know from the record that it is over 50 million. People in Nigeria, how did they vote? We have been posting the videos of the voting. One thing that people don't know is that, first of all, I would like to educate those who may have not paid attention because of propaganda of the Nigerian media and those pushing it. Biafra today has a de facto government, functioning de facto government in the homeland. And in this de facto government, we have 40 United States of Biafra. In this 40 United States of Biafra, each state has 15 counties. In each county, you have 5 districts. In each state, we have 75 districts. And in this district, we have head of district. In these counties, we have head of county. And then we have, in this state, we have the administrator, which is equivalent to governor. So this is what a lot of people don't actually know. So when they see the result of our activities in Biafra land, they are surprised and shocked how Simon Ekpa is doing this from Finland, because we control the Biafra land from grassroots. So the government is already in the grassroots. So every community knows who is their county leader. Every county knows who is their county leader and who are the executive in the counties. And so with this particular structure, we are able to conduct this referendum, and people are fiscally voting. And of course, it may also shock you that the reason we have succeeded so far in the civil disobedience is also because of the structure, the strong grassroots structure that we have, which Nigeria, know, but of course they don't want to tell the other citizens who are available to understand why every effort to stop the sit at home has failed. They tell you it is because people are getting killed and stuff like that. It's a lie. It's because we have a very structure, from the grassroots. All right, we are going to get into the sit at home and everything else, but explain this for me. Let me understand. So the administrators in 40 states in Biafra land today. Yes, there are 40 administrators that are in each state. There are 15 county head. In each county, there are 5 district head, and there are other, the chain of leadership and all that from the state down to the district level. Do these people interact with people? Do they know them? Of course. They are completely in charge of Biafra land. That's what is going on. so if I call a Ebonyi State now, I can get the names of people. You may not get the name of anybody in Ebonyi State unless you are into the struggle. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what about people who are not into the struggle? How did they vote?
Well, those who are not into the struggle are not necessarily going to vote. These are the people, the few percentage of the people making noise on social media. But those who are in the struggle are voting massively. If you look at the videos who are posted on social media, you will see crowd that will shock you. Yeah, even more organized and better organized than Nigeria election. You can agree with me if you have come across the videos.
Yeah, but for you to now say that the Biafrans all voted and this is the percentage that supported it, wouldn't it be good that everybody had the chance?
Well, that is the point. We gave everybody the opportunity to vote, but at the same time, because this is a struggle and we are in a very fragile state, so we make it possible for people to vote online, right? And then in a struggle like this, you have to also be very security conscious, considering the fact that Nigeria is a terrorist state that kills people who agitate and do protest. So we don't want to endanger the life of our people, by trying to prove that everybody have to participate. Everybody must not participate. Even in the Nigeria general election, not everybody voted, and somebody is still a president. So we don't need to prove, everybody that Biafra have participated. Those who believe in Biafra should participate, and they participated, and they are still participating because the vote is still ongoing to the 28th of November.
What about people abroad? You mean in New York here, there are people?
Yes, everybody is voting online. Those of Biafrans abroad are voting online, and we created a voting system using the Google platform.
And you have a way of verifying that these people voting there.
Yes, we verify, and of course, like those who want to dispute, who want to argue, we give them opportunity to conduct their own referendum on behalf of Biafra people.
All right, this is interesting. Now let's also look at another thing. You have a new constitution that just came up.
Yes.
How was it? Who wrote the constitution? How did
the constitution was drafted by the representative from the entire 40 states of Biafra. So we have people, every state volunteered the people to participate in writing the constitution. And that is some of the problem or the confusion that people don't actually understand. Everybody must not be part of the constitution at this point, but those who believe in the struggle presented and volunteered to be part of the struggle, are part of the constitution. And so that's how we arrive at the constitution that is still open for amendment. Constitution is never complete.
So you have the names of the people that drafted it. Do we know?
Yeah, we have the names of the people that drafted the constitution. And then also,
is it public?
Listen. It is not only the constitution, as a matter of fact. We have what we call the Declaration Drafting Committee. The Declaration Drafting Committee also cut across board from all states, people volunteered to be part of the drafting committee. So that you bring your idea. Of course, not everybody's input will be taken, but it has to be somehow consolidated into the declaration. So the declaration itself is like a document where we have we try to bring in every idea, every grievances that Biafra people who are representing their different state brought into the committee. So we try to bring everything together, and there are different kind of grievances that we are on that ground. The declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra is happening in this December. So what we are doing is to carry everybody who believe in this Biafra government along. We don't need to go and drag people who don't believe in the government. So you have to, first of all, believe in the government, volunteer to be part of what we're doing, and you are welcome. So we are not discriminating anybody or pushing anybody away. So those who believe in what we are doing are part and parcel of it.
Now, the states, back to the states. Did you go beyond, because I get a lot of comments about the Biafran. When I posted that you were coming, people wrote and were saying, remove us from this year Biafran talk. How did the states go? Is it the 5 eastern states that you broke into 40 different?
No, sorry. This particular structure of 40 states has already been there. It is not my making. So what I did was to bring everybody who are involved in the Biafra struggle even before I came in. So I told them to bring in the structure that they have, and we'll start working on that. So it is every state brought in their state map. They brought in their state structure. It is not my making. So what I did was to harness the already made structure from the 1967 down to Owazurike Mosob, down to IPOB, and to what we're doing now. So we consolidated everything and make it to be more, organized structure as it is today. So it is not my making. It is the making of the people. Every state brought their structure, brought their county structure, brought their district structure, and that's why it is called, it's going to be the Confederated State of Biafra, because we're going to practice confederation, where the states who brought in their state structure are going to be on their own.
So what about people who are saying they don't want to have anything to do with Biafra?
That is part of life, and it's part of democracy. Even in Nigeria, when Nigeria was fighting for independence, North didn't want to go to be independent, right? But today they are the one who enjoy it most. So we are not bothered about those who say they don't want to be part of Biafra. They are just a few individuals, just like 1% or even 0.0% of people hijack Nigeria and impoverish everybody today. So those people saying they don't want to be part of Biafra, are they enjoying the killings in Nigeria? The answer is no. So we don't actually care about what they say. That's why we have gone this far. Because few people cannot hold everybody hostage.
Mm. You are following the trial of Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. What do you make of how it's going?
I don't believe in Nigeria system, in court system. Nigeria doesn't have a court. Nigeria doesn't have a judiciary. So, and that's why I don't know whether you are aware, we have actually banned anything judiciary under Nigeria in Biafra territory, and they are folding up. So if you are not aware of that, I want to make it clear today. We are going to lock them indefinitely, and they will never come back until Biafra become an independent state. After the 2nd of December declaration, we start to pursue the legitimacy of Biafra. Nigeria court system and judiciary can never ever function again in Biafra land. It's a threat and a promise.
How is that going to happen? How are you going to do
it? It is already happening. Are you not seeing them folding up? That is to show you that the Biafra have taken over their land. Our plan is to delegitimize Nigeria from the Biafra territory, little by little, step by step, stage by stage, and that is happening. So judiciary is the next, because judiciary in Nigeria has contributed to the entire anarchy you see today. The insecurity you see today is the judiciary. The instability you see today is the judiciary. The banditry, terrorism you see today is the judiciary. They have not done anything that will bring justice, fairness, and equity. So we don't need those kind of system in our land. So, and if you're asking me how we're going to do that, we're already doing it. You see, they are folding up. That land belongs to us. And Nigeria has been rejected by the people. Over 50 million has given us the mandate to chase away Nigeria from our land. So however we're going to do it is what the government will decide. And we're doing it the way we want.
Okay. You know that you are on the list of most wanted people in Nigeria.
That is a badge of honor. I am very, very happy that I am in the list, because if I am not in the list, I would have regretted ever even getting involved in Biafra. So it's a badge it's the highest honor I have received in my life.
Now, people say, I played the video earlier in the introduction when Nnamdi said that if they don't give us Biafra, that Somalia will be better than Nigeria. And people say that what you have achieved is to turn some parts of Igbo land to look like Somalia. That Lagos is not like Somalia, that Abuja is not like Somalia, but Owerri, Olu area, basically is like Somalia. What do you say?
So let me address you. Now, did you see the poverty rate in the world? Where is Somalia placed in the list?
It should be at the bottom also. Like
no, I want you to tell us.
I can find it.
Where is Nigeria and Somalia?
Nigeria is at the bottom too. Yeah.
So in the list now, is Nigeria up or down?
Down.
Yeah, so it's already, it doesn't necessarily mean,
but when you,
it does not actually mean that they're going to be shooting gun like in Somalia. Somalia already overtake Nigeria in a better scale. Nigeria is down in poverty level. So how do you
Mazi, they're serious. Let me give you these are serious things. I have a friend here in America who lost his father 2 years ago from Olo area, and lost a brother early this year. And none of them, they've not been able to do any funeral because nobody can go home.
Okay.
And there are so many places like that in the Southeast. Is that a good thing?
Well, I should be asking you, how are the burial taking place in other parts of Nigeria?
No, the way people are reading this, they are saying that it's a consequence of this confrontation with the Nigerian authorities.
So how is this confrontation making people not to have burial in Biafra land? Can you explain?
Because it's not safe. That's what they said. That's why he hasn't
gone.
Who
is making it not to be safe? Why are you laughing? No, I want you say this is a discussion, right?
No, we're having a conversation.
If you cannot answer, let me explain
I want you to tell me.
You want to answer?
No, this is what they said. This is what they said.
Okay, so this is what they say. But what about you? What about you? What about your opinion? What do you think is the reason for not having burial?
No, I don't have. I go home. I don't have.
Okay, so can I explain now? Can I explain the reason?
Yeah, give us the reason.
All right. The reason is because the Nigerian terrorist army and police have been killing our people for many years, even before I joined the Biafra struggle. They killed them in Aba, where they went to pray, and over 150 officially was announced. Over 150 people were killed in cold blood. Nobody asked question. Nobody, was held responsible until today. They went to Mazi Nnamdi house, bombed everywhere, killed people there. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was held accountable. They went to war and killed, and these people they are killing never raised a gun against them, right? They were only having flag. They killed in Enugu. They killed in Ebonyi. So when Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped, they went to Kenya to kidnap him against international law, and I took over from there. And do you know what I said in the first place? I said, under my leadership in this Biafra movement, you can never kill Biafra again and go free in Biafra land. So I raised an army called the Biafra Liberation Army to confront these killers. And these killers, some of them are repentant Boko Haram. So they recruit them, push them to Biafra land, and people are not talking about that. And when they go to villages, they open RPG or GPMG, and they start spraying bullets. Even fowls are getting killed. So I said, under my leadership, under this Biafra movement, Nigeria can never kill any Biafra again and live to tell the story. So we raised the Biafra Liberation Army to deal with them, and they are neutralizing them. So when they neutralize them, what do? They will come after the villagers. And let me tell you, is that the kind of country you want to be proud of? Where you have people carrying guns, defending their land, and instead of them to go after those people that are defending the land, they will go against innocent people. These are the reasons why people are not coming for burial. So tell it the way it is. So, and it is not my fault. It is not my fault. It is not the fault of Biafra. It is the fault of the Nigerian terrorist army, who cannot confront the Biafra Liberation Army, but confront innocent people. And why they are doing it is so that we lay down our guns. And that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, that knowing that this is how they operate, if we believe the story you just told, this is how they operate. The question is the best thing to continue to have them kill villagers if we believe this story?
We are neutral. Believe me, there is no any other better way. This is the best way. If you have any other better way, tell me. The better way is what we are doing now is the better way. When they come to kill our people, we kill them first. And if they come, we will resist them as much as we can. And let me tell you, it will continue like that until none of them will be in Biafra land. It is called attrition. War of attrition. The chief of army staff said that what they are fighting is called the jungle warfare and asymmetric warfare. No, I am not fighting asymmetric warfare with them. I am defending Biafra people, and what we have actually declared now is war of attrition. Go and Google it. It is, you are going to be fighting until nobody is remaining.
and it is not going to be on our side. They are running away. You know the kind of atrocities people have committed in our land? Is that how to run a government? A government that will come and you don't go after people carrying arms, which you invited with your actions and atrocities. You go after on armed innocent women and children. Is that the kind of government you want to support? So we know what we are doing now is what we are going to do. And like I said, they should go and Google war of attrition. We will fight this war with them until we know who is going to give up.
When I interviewed Nnamdi Kanu in 2019, I asked him, how many people have you lost? The question was how many? He said thousands. Let me ask you the same question. Since this started, how many soldiers, let me use the word, the Biafran, your own soldiers, have you lost?
If we lost people, you see them on social media. Now they are posting some of the people they are claiming to be. We don't lost soldiers. I have to be very sincere with you. We don't lost soldiers. They know it. Let me tell you, we are fighting a very different war with Nigeria terrorist state. And they are confessing. Have you ever, in the history of Nigeria, have you ever, even during the war, it was only during the war, actually, that the issue of Biafra was discussed at the National Assembly and the entire security chief are crying. We are training, I have a military experience. We are training the Biafra fighters and they are engaging Nigeria in a very systematic war that they have never fought before. And you see, I didn't say it. You can hear it from the horse's mouth. Musa have cried several times. And let me tell you, if they think that in self-defense is a crime, they should go and read international law. Because the point is that nomadic system have taken over and nobody is thinking correctly in Nigeria anymore. You come and kill people and expect them to defend themselves. We are defending ourselves. And like I said, if I have access to bomb today that will go to Aso Rock, I will first of all engage Aso Rock. But until then.
How many people, not soldiers now, regular people have died?
They should give you that report. They are the government now. They should give you how many people they have killed. Right? They are the one who killed the people. And all we do is to defend them. So they should tell us how many people, how many Biafra women and children have been killed. Because at least you have never heard in anywhere, in any news, that Biafra Liberation Army invaded the village and killed everybody there. Just like you see in the north and see in the other part of Nigeria. But the military are the one killing. We saw them how they kill people in the Onokoma community. They're born everywhere. Nobody is talking. So when they say that people kill soldier in Ukoma, nobody know what led to killing of the soldier in Ukoma. But you know what? Everybody was proudly saying, oh, the military will come and burn this. We don't want to be to be part of a such system where they will not go after criminals. They will come to where a crime was committed and they go after innocent people. That kind of system should be abolished. And that's what we are abolishing by pulling out Biafra from that Islamic terrorist state.
The sit at home every Monday that you support, how has it been helping? The
sit at home is has been very successful. What people don't know is that when we started the sit at home, because the point is that they don't know why. They don't know why we keyed into the sit at home very much. It is going to achieve or have actually achieved several things. One is that it crushes the economy of Nigeria.
Nigeria. Wait, hold on.
Nigeria, I'm telling you, Nigeria.
Yes. Nigeria.
Not Eastern Nigeria, Nigeria. If you know the point, if you listen to Akpabio as dumb as he is, he said that the sit at home is affecting everybody in Nigeria. And nobody is paying attention to that. They have lied and used to propaganda to say, oh, is the economy in the East? What have the economy in the East done for over 50 years? Nothing. Now, let me explain. I'm still explaining the sit at home. Now, it crushes the economy of Nigeria. Two, we are delegitimizing Nigeria government from Biafra land because it is one of the ways to prove that they have no control over the people. Three, they have also that sit at home that demonstrated that they have lost legitimacy over the Biafra people. You don't know what is happening. So you are very close to Sowore. You should ask Sowore, why did he say that the Southeast has, systematically left Nigeria? It is because of the sit at home, because they have lost control over the people and they're listening to only Biafra government. It's a pathway to our freedom. And now we are, and let me also explain to you that we are using four different mechanisms and different approach to fight this freedom, which has never been done in the past. One is the political approach. Two is the diplomatic approach. Three is the armed struggle self-defense approach. And four is this civil disobedience, which sit at home is part of it. So these 4 different mechanisms is what we are using to delegitimize and fight Nigeria to our freedom. And it's working perfectly.
The local women who cannot go to the market, the students who cannot go to school, the workers who cannot go to their offices, the businesses that are leaving the East to move to other places, who is paying the price for that?
They have a better business ahead of them. They have a better, the students have a better school to attend in future. What we are doing is a price they have to pay. It's a price for freedom. Freedom does not come free of charge. So we understand this, all this nonsense Nigeria is saying. Nigeria will tell you, oh, your business is being destroyed, oh, your school. Ask yourself, those people that went to school for over 50 years ago, what have they done with education? Nothing. So we are going to bring alternative education that will work for them. So they have to pay the price of not going to school if they have to not go at this point. And those who don't go to market have to also pay the price of not going to market. Because I believe they will not prefer to have a bomb being thrown in every market every day. Because it's happening in somewhere else in order to get freedom. So we are not going to that particular fight or defense at this point. At least nobody is, even though they are throwing bombs in Imo State, I don't know whether you're aware of that. They are bombing and all that. We are fighting them with our anti-aircraft. Even though our anti-aircraft may not be the modern, sophisticated anti-aircraft, but it is doing something. At least they don't fly 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes, and they will run away. So these people that are complaining about school, they should give us a break. It is the price that these people have to pay. Those people complaining about not going to shop or stuff like that, they have other days to go to shop. Every Monday is a sacrifice that we have made to make sure that we speak to the entire world and prove that Nigeria have no control over Biafra territory. That's what we want to achieve, nothing else on that particular civil disobedience.
Now, Igbo people at home, they say that people like you abroad, you are enjoying your life. They see videos of you dancing, drinking. They say, why is it that they are the ones paying the price? People in Lagos, people in Abuja, Igbo people, they are not.
There should be more worried that I left those particular enjoyment that I'm doing, including going to club that I used to go, including all the enjoyment I used to travel everywhere. I'm not doing that anymore for them. So they should be more concerned that why should I live all this life I was living? Why should I not just enjoy myself? Because I have conscience. I have come to this country not by my power, but God brought me here so that I will live and bring something back home. And I don't want to bring politics back home. I don't want to bring anything. I want to bring freedom back home. Because many people travel abroad and all they do is that, oh, I want to bring something back home. Ask them, what do you want to bring back home in Nigeria? How many Nigerians have traveled abroad, studied, become PhD professor, they went back home? What has been their contribution in Nigeria system? Nothing. If you go there, the Nigeria kills you. The system kills you. You can never, even if you are a saint, once you go to Nigeria, you get corrupt. So I did not come here to learn politics, to learn something to bring back to Nigeria so that Nigeria will corrupt me. I decided to bring freedom to my people because that's what they need most.
When you see Nnamdi Kanu appear in court and say that he would like the sit at home to end, do you ignore that, or do you think?
I ignore that.
Why?
Because he's not a free man.
So what will it make you believe what he's saying?
He just played his voice when he was a free man talking with you. So what you heard in the court, does it sound the same? I will listen to him when he becomes a free man. I'm not only a free man, no. He has to come to Finland and sit one-on-one with me before I can listen to him. That is my condition. Because the reason why he is being incarcerated today is because of what I'm doing. It's because of the Biafra. So he cannot be captured because I know the reason they captured him is to end Biafra, and then you expect me to dance to their tune. It's not possible. Even if they bring him out today and he stay in Nigeria there and say, Simon Ekpa, stop, I'm not going to stop.
So are you planning to go back to Nigeria? People say that...
I don't go to Nigeria, I go to Biafra.
Yeah, but you're planning to go to Biafra?
Of course, I will go to Biafra. I will go to Biafra. Why am I fighting? I will go to Biafra to be part of building a system that will work for everybody.
When?
When Biafra is recognized.
By?
by international community, by you and other.
Now, if an American official who is sympathetic to your cause, the Biafran issue, hear you speak, do you think that they will be inclined to openly come out and say we support people?
They don't need to. They don't need to openly come out. They should. Most of them have had meeting one-on-one with them, and the way I talk with them is differently from the way I talk here. So they listen to me and they buy the idea.
How do you talk with them?
I talk with them presidentially. Because of course, when I'm here, that I'm talking with my people. When I talk with them, I talk differently. So and when I talk with them, I present Biafra as a solution, which is the way it is. I present Biafra as a solution to restore peace and stability. That is the only way to restore peace, because what you see today, the Islamic movement happening today from the Sahel down to the entire Nigeria region, interest is tied to Biafra territory.
Now, not beyond the way you talk to them, what about what you do, like things you celebrate on your social media?
It's my personal life. Because I'm
no, I don't mean dancing. I mean, okay, like when there are military officers killed. Are you not seeing military officers killed in Ukraine being posted by Israel, or the terrorists killed in Gaza being posted by Israel defense? So you think it's okay?
It's okay. That is the only way to show the enemy that you are dealing with them.
All right. At this point, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we come back, I'll play some videos, get you a reaction to the videos, and then we are going to invite people who are watching to join us in this conversation with the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are here with the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So please, we have about 3,000 people watching. Can you like the video so that more people will be able to see it and hear the ideas coming out from Mazi Simon Ekpa? All right, let's continue. I had during my interview with Ojukwu, that was 2001. So I asked him, why didn't he start a government in exile when the Biafran War ended in Nigeria? This is the answer he gave. Because I didn't see what good it would do. Or it would do me personal good, because some people will still look upon me as a head of state. And they will certainly, in certain places, give me red carpet receptions. But is that what life is all about? Life is about the betterment of a lot of the millions of people at home. I had to consider very seriously what possible reaction a government that for 3 years had intent on genocide will have on such a situation vis-a-vis our people who are still captive within the Nigerian situation. A lot of people who look at what you do, they keep going back to our people. You talked about sacrifice that you made or you are making, but the one that our people at home are making is enormous.
So what is the question?
The question is, don't that bother you? I will tell you personally, I've lost people who died because they couldn't get to the hospital on a Monday.
What about other days? How many people dies for not paying?
We don't know. That's a fact. We don't know.
So let me tell you one thing. You see, I don't blame our hero Ojukwu for such a comment. Can imagine where somebody fought the war for 3 years and at the end of the day lose the war. So you don't expect the person to come and start fighting from exile, right? Is it exile that is going to win? No. But if you look at history, it has always been, this race for freedom has always been like a relay race. So Ojukwu has laid the background of which every one of us are building this temple today. And I am bringing that whole thing to a conclusive end. That's what I'm doing. So Ojukwu cannot, the exile Ojukwu went to is what we have actually activated today. So you don't expect him after, mistake, because a lot of mistakes were made. And you will agree with me that during the war, Ojukwu has no representative in the United States. All the representatives were just sell out. So Ojukwu don't actually know what was going on. He had nobody to educate the United States Congress or the United States government. They have nobody to put and educate them on the reason why Biafra should go. So Ojukwu don't have that representative. So we have it today. And one thing is that you are just emphasizing on Susie. You are happy that she was a lobbyist for the IPOB and all that. So it is part of the mistake that we identified and we want to solve it. Now, during the war, at a point, the United States was shifting ground to the Biafra side. And the Biafran leaders don't have knowledge about it. So if it's somebody that they have knowledge, that they have people representing them, they have good lobbying firm. I don't even know whether they have lobby at all, they don't have. So you're assuming that they have lobbying firm representing them in the United States, educating the policy makers, the Department of State, the US Congress and all that. I don't think Biafra, although that's how God wanted. I would not want to change the wish and the will of God. So God wants it to happen that way. And today we are, using that particular foundation that was laid, that mistake that was made. And today everybody have seen that actually Ojukwu saw tomorrow. Because the thing he saw that Gowon didn't see have consumed his people today. Gowon today, after fighting Ojukwu and Biafra people, cannot even stay in Nigeria. He ran away to the United Kingdom. At age of 80 or 90, who does that? He should be proud to stay in his village where he stood Biafra, 3 million people through starvation to become one, for Nigeria to become one. But why is he running away? Because the country failed. That thing Ojukwu saw Because, you know, it was Biafra people that were paying the price in the northern Nigeria. Every given confrontation, Biafra people get killed. So today, it is no longer Biafra people. Gowon people are getting killed. And today, many of them are living in IDP camps. So Gowon could not save his people. He ran away. So if he actually saw what Ojukwu saw today, I don't think he would lead Nigeria to war against Biafra. So what I'm trying to say is that Ojukwu did the right thing as somebody who fought for 3 years and lost the war. And we have learned from Ojukwu mistake. We have also learned from Wazirike mistake. In case you don't know what the mistake Wazirike made. The mistake of Wazirike was that when Wazirike was captured, just like Mazi was captured and kidnapped from Kenya, Wazirike was incarcerated. What did they do? They connived with all the commanders of Wazirike and brought them to the prison and said, you see, all the people that, all the hitmen, all the strong men you have are with us. And who did it? Andy Uba. Right? So from there, during Obasanjo time, from there, Wazirike gave up. He said he looked at all the people that he was fighting with, all the men he had his hope on. All of them came with Andy Uba, a politician, to the prison. So what can he do? He gave up. The same thing they want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They capture him in Kenya, and all the commanders of the Eastern Security Network, they started killing them. I came to rescue them. That's what I did. So I saw those mistakes, and I built the tent and built the fence to make sure that it never repeats itself again. And so what did I do? I began to organize, bring in more organized and more structured movement. And then I also approached the former government in exile, which actually Ralph Wazirike was part of. They failed me. And I know they will be listening. They failed me. That was actually what led to the formation of the present government of Biafra in exile. So all these things, I try to bring everybody together. I try to let those people who have been there before to come and bring what they have on the table so we can use it. Because I just joined Biafra in 2019. So, and what I did is, this Biafra have lingered for ages and we have history. So we do not need to fight this thing with guns and bullets alone. So there is a need for a well-structured and organized system to get this Biafra done. And I said, I will not fight this more than 5 years. So I gave myself 5 years to fight for Biafra and actualize Biafra. And this is where we are. This is the 5th year.
Now, when I interviewed Nnamdi Kanu, I asked him what role he would like to play if Biafra were to come, and he said he wouldn't want to play any role. You're already the prime minister. If there is Biafra today, what role will you play?
I will play any role Biafra gave me. One thing is that one thing I cannot do is to fight for this Biafra and allow idiots to come and ruin the system. No, I will put Finland. I want to bring Finland to Biafra, and I will not allow a stranger to come and bring Finland who doesn't know anything about Finland. Do you know our constitution is comprised of one of the best constitutions in the world? Our constitution today is comprised the Finnish constitution, the Switzerland constitution, and the United States constitution. So it is the best you can see. And let me tell you, the day we're going to unveil this constitution and vote on it, and people see this constitution, you will know that, yeah, indeed, we're going to be the civilization. We're going to bring civilization to Africa. So I cannot fight for Biafra to bring a better life, a better system that works for the people, for the interest of the people, and then somebody else who do not know the plan I have for Biafra people to come and start. No, it's not going to happen. I will be part of the government.
So what role will Nnamdi Kanu play?
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have his own right to make a choice. So we cannot force him, but I believe that when he was making such comment, he don't know what we have done today. If he come out today and see what we have done, I believe he's going to have a change of mind.
What is your role, your relationship with the IPOB that was the other faction?
They are Biafrans. The only relationship I have with them is that they are Biafrans. And when after Biafra become an independent state under the Biafra government in exile and de facto government, we will start a reconciliation process.
You think you can reconcile with them?
Why would they not? If they don't want to reconcile, they will go to exile. Yeah. But the government will give them opportunity for reconciliation. That's what makes us different. I'm not here for vindictive or to kill anybody or anything like that. I want the best interest of the Biafra people. So those who believe in freedom, actually believe in freedom, there will be open door for reconciliation.
One more question before I bring in the audience, and that's a question about people in what we know today as Niger Delta, who are saying that they don't want to be part of this. How will you force them to be part of what
They should first of all go and outnumber part of the 50 million people that voted for Biafra.
So are you going to
let me tell you, once they outnumber those numbers, we don't have any problem with that. Actually, it is even in the constitution we have today. So a confederating state means that they need to be educated, for those who are shouting that too, because they don't know what is confederation. So they can still have whatever they want to have, do whatever they want to do in their state and all that, because they are completely free from everything we are doing. So if they feel that they can have a defense system that works for them, good for them. We can't do what Nigeria did to us to them. And let me tell you also that the issue of Niger Delta this, Niger Delta that is something that the Constitution of Biafra have actually addressed. So, and there's not going to be a better system than what we have today, this confederating state of Biafra, where they will have their choice and their right to do whatever they want to do, have their own constitution, have their own parliament, each state on their own. That is the best. And then our defense is the same, because we're going to have enemies that will surround us. And these enemies that will surround us is not just against us alone. They are against America, they are against the West. So America needs us, the West needs us in order to protect their interest, because once we protect the interests of America, we protect our interests. Once the business, the trade, the shipment and all that begin to move, our own interest is also protected. So when people talk about American interest, it is as if it is only America we are fighting for. No. When American interest in the region is protected, our interest is protected as well. When there is no piracy in the sea, after Biafra have become an independent state, we combat piracy, like the way they are spending billions today, they can't move freely in the sea and all that. That will end automatically. And our army will be army that is not going to have any Islamic affiliate, any terrorist affiliate, just like we have today, people that are affiliated to Boko Haram terrorist group. We're not going to have that in Biafra land, right?
Why is it that the Nigerian government, despite their efforts to get you extradited, that they've not been successful to getting Finland to work with them?
Finland doesn't work with a terrorist country.
All right.
And they will never work with terrorist country. That I can assure you here.
But you know that they are making moves.
Which move? The
Nigerian government.
They can make moves for all I care. I am here standing very strong because I know I'm not doing anything wrong.
All right. So for those who want to join us, I posted the link.
And also, Rudolph.
Yeah.
I want to say something here because this is an opportunity for me to address you.
Okay, go ahead.
And, so I want to say this, some of you have made bad decisions in the past, a very bad one. And so we have a record of making good decisions. And our decisions have actually favored our people for many years. And I want to tell you one bad decision you have made, and many of you. One is that I saw you protesting against Goodluck Jonathan during the 2015 election. You want Buhari to come in. It was a very bad decision. And sometimes like that, we look at the people who have made such decision that they are not capable to decide for the people. So when we are making this decision we're making today, that you may not see the effect of it today, give us the benefit of doubt and see what it will turn out in the next few years. So Biafra that I'm fighting today and making all these things that many people are laughing at, they are laughing that we are going to have declaration in Finland. They don't know why we are having that. They are laughing that we are going to, I'm declaring Biafra. They are laughing that there is a national football team. They are like all those things. And that is exactly what Gandhi said. They will laugh at you, they will mock you. At the end of the day, you win. So I want to say that some of us that are making this decision for the best interest of Biafra people, we see what people don't see. So you should be able to give us benefit of that and support the decision we make. We kicked against Buhari It backfired. You people supported him. We kick against this Tinubu. You people, many of you supported him. And so it is very, very hard for people like us to come and listen to advisors that have made bad decisions in the past. It is very difficult for me, and I believe many people. So I just want to tell you this today because I may not have the opportunity to tell you again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I don't remember protesting against Jonathan.
Rudolph, I saw you carrying play card in the United States.
Saying what?
Protesting against Jonathan.
Me?
Yes, when they organized Occupy Nigeria, I saw you now. I will post it.
Okay, yeah, post it, please. Share it. Let me remember because I don't remember that. But anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time coming here. I will still ask you for more questions, but I want to give our viewers a chance to also weigh in. So when you come in, please, you have to make sure that you have your camera on. I just want you to ask one question only. You have to be respectful because you are talking to the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in a government in exile. So it's very important. And if you don't do that, we take you out. And there won't be any arguments. Just ask your question, listen to the answer, and then we find the best question you have. There are a lot of people who are trying to get in. And so when I bring you in, just be able to come up with one question. All right. Righteous Man, here first.
Yeah, good evening, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. I've been watching and following you for 2 years now. My question is this. How do you consider your safety as a priority? And should anything happen to you, who takes over from you?
Allow Biafrans and myself to worry about my safety. I don't have any problem with my safety.
Thank you, Righteous Man. Let's go to Ernest. Ernest, you're next. Ernest, unmute yourself. All right, so Ernest, I have to remove you if you can unmute yourself. Let's go to Okija and Okija. You're next.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Ekpa, I mean, some people, might, think that this is funny, but this question is funny, but it's not. Behind you, I see American flag. I think that the other one is a Finnish flag, and the Israeli flag, and then behind those flags, I mean, including the Biafran flag. Then behind you, I see the Last Supper. Just a white man, that he's not even Jewish, a white man, blonde hair, blue eyes. So I don't know, is this an image of Biafra? Is Biafra gonna be like a servant state to all this contraption? With the white man, I don't know, because what I know is that our people, we have our own religion. We have our own way of life. We had democracy before America was, founded. Igbo people, they are Republican people in nature. So, I mean, what image are you showing to us, with all these flags and the blonde man behind?
All right. So, thank you very much for that question. Biafra government has officially three religion. We have the Jewish religion, Christian religion, and traditional religion officially. I believe that I've answered your question. So you can choose which one you want to be part of. If you want to be part of a traditional worshiper, it is official in Biafra land. If you want to be part of Christianity, it is official in Biafra land. If you want to be part of Jewish, it is official in Biafra land. Myself, I'm a Christian and a traditional worshiper too.
So we won't have our Islamic religion in Biafra. That's what you're saying.
I said official three language. Islam is not official religion. Sorry. Islam is not official religion in Biafra land.
But they'll be allowed to practice.
I said official. That actually answered you. Official.
All right. Thank you, Okija. So on the politics of you're next.
I said, Minister, official three language. Islam is not official religion. Sorry. Islam is not official.
Something is echoing. But they'll be allowed to practice.
I said official. That you can actually answer the official. So can somebody mute? Yeah, Ernest, I think.
Yeah. All right, Obie, go ahead.
All right. Special thank you to Prime Minister Simon. I, from the bottom of my heart, I actually respect your style of leadership, and I want to say thank you for coming. One, thank you for your clarity. Two, but most especially, thank you for the response you gave Rudolph in regard to the question he asked about the mistake he believed that Ojukwu made during the Biafra in the 60s. And your response on how you recognize that and how you are going about it, talking about the lobbies and all that. So that's particularly me, it hit me hard because currently I'm doing extensive research on the role of the West in regards to the Civil War, the Biafran War. And I couldn't help notice two things. America actually supported one Nigeria over Biafra. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, supported one Nigeria over Biafra based on two things. One, they were scared that if Biafran actually got their sovereignty, they might decide to lean towards the Soviet Union. You remember, it was at the middle of the Cold War in the 60s. That's one. Two, another concern of them is that if they allowed that to actually, Biafra to actually get their sovereignty, it might become the norm within the sub-Saharan region or indeed the whole continent, and that would be too much for them to deal with at that time. So that's why they fully supported it. But events that is happening today is as the same as what happened in the 60s, but in this time take a different face, which is China in disguise of BRICS. Why, of course, the still almighty United States. And I noticed that I don't know if I can be heard. I noticed that you are happy that Donald Trump won. So I'm curious, in order to avoid the mistake that Doro believed that Ojukwu made in the 60s, is that why you are in total recognition of Donald Trump coming and the supremacy of America? Or what do you believe that Tinubu-led administration, which has more to bargain with? I don't know if my
Yeah. I don't know, Rudolph, can I answer him?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I would like to say that Ove is a very good friend of mine before. So, and he knows me very well before, not now. So I thank him for the acknowledgement. But if anybody knows me, Agbaje knows me very well. I don't know whether he has told you that.
Yes.
All right. So to answer him, the reason why we are very happy with the Trump administration coming into the White House is because of his foreign policy, which I believe every reasonable person in the world would be very happy for Trump coming back, because there are crises everywhere. There are wars everywhere, which are actually avoidable. So, and we believe that Trump foreign policy will fix those issues, because sometimes you need some kind of radical leaders to make things done. And Trump is one of those radical leaders that will change things, will change the paradigm in the entire globe. So on the issue of whether it is whether Trump is going to support Biafra, or whether what you asked about during the Ojukwu time and all that. The reason why we are doing what we are doing today is that that mistake I explained before, we are now in Washington, D.C., heavily present in Washington, D.C. I have met with number of congressmen. I have met with number of think tank group. I have met with policymakers, including past White House, members of the government of the United States, past members of the government of the United States, and all that. I have met a lot of them. And what we are doing today is to educate them, because Nigeria, they supported in those days, has become a failed state. Nigeria has become a country that breeds criminals. Nigeria has become a country that supports terrorism. Every policy of Nigeria today is going toward nosediving to a completely failed state. So America will not be proud to continue to support this kind of failed state, and especially Trump with his policy, foreign policy, especially on protecting the Christians and the minority group. We believe that it is going to be for the interest of the Biafra people and people who have suffered severe killings and ethnic cleansings like us, that Nigeria have done to us. So we believe that, first of all, if you remember that when Biden came in, what they did was to remove Nigeria from the country of a special concern. And it was condemned by everybody. But Biden and his administration did not listen to that. Even when there were no reasonable ground to remove Nigeria from the country of a list of a concerned country, they still remove him, remove the Nigeria state. So we believe that Trump coming to power will put Nigeria on their toe. And as you can agree with me, even before now, we have information that many of you do not have. We know that Nigeria have, supported the re-election of Kamala Harris secretly and and openly. So why are they supporting this re-election? Because of the way they have ignored the atrocities of Nigeria. And so you should be asking yourself question, why was Nigeria removed from the country of special concern? Nobody has been able to address and answer that question till today. So we believe that Trump coming to power, first of all, he is going to hit hard on a terrorist state like Nigeria. And then also look at what we are bringing to the table as alternative to restore peace and stability. Trump is coming to restore peace, not only in the Sahel region, also in Ukraine and in Gaza. So, and somebody has to do it. So we are bringing this particular solution, alternative to what they have on ground. And that alternative and solution is Biafra as an independent state. And I want all of you to understand that Biafra is not only going to benefit Biafra people, it is going to benefit the entire indigenous people within Nigeria area, including the Duduans and other indigenous nationality within the Nigeria area. The emergence of Biafra as a nation will put an end to upsurge of terrorists. It will disintegrate the interest of the terrorists while they are coming to Sahel. It will also cut ties immediately. Just that Biafra has been recognized, only the pronouncement will make the entire region calm down, because the terrorists will start fleeing. Why would they be fleeing? They will be fleeing because their only interest is to capture Biafra territory, which is the majority Christian-dominated area today in the entire Sahel region. I don't know whether you're aware of that. So the interest is in Biafra land, not actually in northern Nigeria. So, but they want to, first of all, cut our wings by cutting the neighbors, and then after that, they will come to us. And that's why we started resisting them ahead of time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to Ikolola.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Damages and Prime Minister of Biafra, Simon Ekpa. I was just wondering, do you have to look so good to be a Prime Minister? Good to see you.
Thank you. That is so good. At least I don't want to look like the ancestor in Nigeria. I'm a young man, so I have to look good. Thank you.
Okay. Right. This is my question to you. Are you hell-bent on secession? Must we secede? Must Biafra break away? Is that the only solution to the Igbo problem? And please, that is not the only solution.
I think breaking away is not actually.
But let me finish. Let me finish. You get the whole context.
Okay.
If you're not hell-bent on secession, let's imagine you're not hell-bent on secession. What do you really want to see that the Nigerian element puts into place before you say, okay, then this is a pathway to unity? That is, if you're not hell-bent on secession. Did you get my question, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Now let me answer you. With all due respect, this is not the time for us to contemplate on whether there is a solution for us to remain one or not. This issue of whether we are going to remain one is something that we cannot revisit again, because the agenda of the Nigeria state is not for developmental purposes, is not to help the people, the citizens of Nigeria, is not to bring any innovative ideas, It's not to build infrastructure, to bring security, to build road, give hospitals, schools. No. So it is only one agenda, which is the most important thing to them, is the Islamic agenda. And you will agree with me that since 1989, after what we call Abuja Declaration, what was Abuja Declaration? Abuja Declaration was the gathering of Islamic scholars, Islamic countries in Abuja, where the decision was made that the only thing they have to do is not to pursue development in any region within the Sahel region, but also to install all Muslims in different position and strategic position for the Islamization of that region. So that particular implementation of the Abuja 1989 declaration is already 90%, if not 100. And that's why for the very first time in the history of Nigeria, you have a Muslim ticket. And people did not see anything wrong with that. In fact, before this Muslim ticket, a lot of people said it is not possible. It is not going to happen. Even the people who call themselves pastors and all those preachers, all those liars, they were saying that God told them it is not going to happen. If it happened, they say, make the thunder fire all of them, make fire burn them. They pray all those prayers, all those nonsense. It did not. It still happened. Muslim ticket. It is called the implementation of Abuja Declaration 1989. And I want people in Nigeria to go and read Abuja Declaration. They have altered those content, the content of the declaration, but everybody who knows it knows the content was to install Muslims in all strategic position for the Islamization of the entire region. So Biafrans are resisting that because we understand that very well. So if you tell us, let us come down now so that it is everybody will be one, they will come harder on us in the next 10 years, and we don't want to go back there again. So what are we saying? We are saying that we need a country where there is going to be rule of law, justice, fairness, equity. We need a country where our women will go to hospital without paying money, doctor will attend to them. We want a country where our students will go to school and nobody will kidnap them. We want a country where we are going to have good road, transportation, good social amenity, and possibly provide social security for our people. It may also interest you that as a government in exile today, we have the strongest national identity card. As a government in exile, the only country that will compete with us today is South Africa. The security we have in our national ID card. And it is European standard. It will be unveiled and issued to applicant first time ever during our convention in Finland. That's how far, that's the kind of quality of life we want to give our people. Nigeria don't have it. No other country have it in Africa except South Africa. And we have contracted the best security company in Europe to do this. So we are laying example. We want a country where our citizens can travel visa free because we have what it takes. The Europeans need us more than we need them. America need us more than we need them. So we need to have the kind of agreement where our citizens of Biafra can travel without anybody using telescope to look their passport. No, we want that our people will be respected in any point of entry in any part of the world. That is the kind of, Nigeria can never provide that for you, and you know that. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ikolola. Let's go to Christian. You're next.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Greetings.
Rudolph, can you hear me? All right, thank you. I just missed one of your interview with Hyundai. So anyway, I'm just curious to ask Simon Ekpa. One of the questions Rudolph asked you, what role you're going to play when Biafra comes. One, you said the role Biafra giving you, but you're already a prime minister, so you really need to Biafra to give you a role. But my question now is, if you declare this Biafra on December, how long will it take you to remove the barracks, Nigerian barracks, army barracks, and police barracks? And how do you install remove the political actors in the territory and fill them with the Biafran political actors? Given this thing that you have missed so many instances, promises about the chiefs, The Biafran, you gave for 150 days in the past, it didn't come. And the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, most of the promises or all the instances you have given hadn't worked in the past. So how do you think that, why would anyone seriously believe you that this one will work, or is this a publicity stunt?
All right, so let me address you. First of all, I did not make myself prime minister. So Biafrans voted me, and you need to be part of the movement to know whether I was voted in or not. But I'm telling you now that I was voted in as a Biafra prime minister, and so you cannot be outside and want to know what is happening within the circle of the Biafra agitation. That's number one. So, like I said, I will be serving Biafra people in whichever position they give me. So that particular statement stands. Another thing is that you asked, how am I going to remove the military barrack? I have said we are at a war of attrition. So I will advise you to go to Google or to any search engine and check what is the war of attrition. War of attrition is that we fight till the person that is tired will leave. And so after the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on December 2nd, what we're going to do is to generate a document, a legal document. This legal document will comprise of the Biafra Constitution. It will comprise of the announcement of the Biafra self-referendum. It will comprise of the assenting into international human rights laws, international human rights treaties, international human rights convention in accordance with the UN treaties. We are going to assent to these laws, to respect them, the laws that Nigeria have violated with impunity. So this assenting to these treaties will give us that particular part of the legal background and legal backing to continue to pursue a diplomatic and political, using the diplomatic and political approach for the recognition of Biafra as an independent state, providing an alternative to Nigeria. So this is what we are doing. And this takes time. It is not a rocket science. So you need to have patience with us. That as we are engaging Nigeria, delegitimizing them, they're going to get tired. At the end of the day, I'm only pitying those who is going to die, especially from the Nigeria side, in the name of defending Nigeria. Because at the end of the day, they're going to invite us to talk on the table, to discuss the partition of Biafra and Nigeria. It is going to happen. So those who die for no reason are the one I'm going to pity. Because Biafra will come one day and sit on the table. Everything you see happening today will end in a table. So what you have to ask yourself is that, is Nigeria a better option for you? That's the question. Do you enjoy Nigeria? Do you want this particular Islamic state that is happening today? Where are recruiting?
Not that I'm a proponent of Nigeria. The reason why I asked my question, not that I'm a proponent of Nigeria.
Let me address one of the questions. You said about 150 days that all the promises I made, none of them has happened. There is no promise I have made that did not happen. Every promise I have made is targeted at achieving something. One is that before I started the 150 days countdown, it was to make sure I destabilized the Nigeria electoral system. Because many of you were saying that Obi is going to win. And I was telling you people that Obi was not fighting to become a president of Nigeria. Obi was only installed by the British Empire in order to destabilize the Biafra agitation, just like they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the work of Obi. Today, are you going to be saying you are proud of Obi? Obi that is congratulating Gowon? If you are proud of him, then it means something is wrong with you. So now I'm telling you that the 150 days was targeted at destabilizing the election, which we did. We succeeded. Over 50 to 25 million people that registered, 20 million did not vote for Biafra. And so it is for the interest of the Biafra people that we counted 150 days. And you know that then everywhere was like, but of course, many of you do not understand because you are not in the struggle. You think that after 150 days, I'm going to declare Biafra without a government structure? You think I'm going to declare Biafra without having our representative at the Washington, D.C.? Because the Biafra is not going to come from Nigeria. Biafra is coming from abroad. The people that will help us to restore our independence are not in Nigeria. They are not in Africa. They are here where I am. So why should I be coming there and why should I, so what I'm trying to say is that we need to put these structures in place, which was not there, and now it is here. We have all government structures. We have also de facto government, functioning de facto government. We have the Biafra database security. We have every institution of government today. So when you are talking with people, you present them to know how serious you are. They will listen to you. And that's why the United States, that's why the Department of State are listening to us, because they have seen how serious we are. They have seen that we have become more organized than every other Biafra, not only Biafra, every other independent movement in the world. Nobody has done what we have done today. If you have any country that have done what we have done today, and they got independent, even though they got independent, tell me which country, from Bangladesh to Lithuania, to all those countries, tell me which country have actually laid the foundation the Biafra government have laid today. Nobody. We have done, better than any other country. And that's what it needs to be done, because Nigeria is a very complex state, and we know the Nigeria status in the global community. So you needed something sophisticated to be able to break through, and that's what we have done. That's why everybody is listening to us today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Christian. Let me ask a question from the comment section. I do get questions from here. So this one says, do you as Prime Minister have a relationship with Nnamdi Kanu's family and lawyers?
People should understand, and they should know how to differentiate the Biafra movement from Nnamdi Kanu's family. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an agitator like me, like every other person. He is a Biafra, he's a leader of indigenous people of Biafra. So the Biafra freedom is not tied to him, and it's not tied to his family. So did anybody know my family? Did anybody know Wazuke family? Did anybody know Ojukwu family? Ojukwu have family too. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be respected as a leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Only him that I am, my alliance or allegiance goes to him alone. My loyalty goes to him, not to any other person. It's not a family business. Biafra is a nation that everybody can fight to become one of the leaders of Biafra until Biafra comes. So people should stop this whole Nnamdi Kanu family, this one and that. No. He is my leader. I am his disciple. And under this particular movement, I say that if Nigeria refuses to release him, they will pay dearly for the kidnap. And they are paying today. That is what leads to what is happening today. And we're not going back.
Okay, one more question from the comments before we go to the people in here. This one says that the Tinubu government is known for sharing rice. Does this movement support the people in Biafra land with palliatives to ease the suffering?
We support palliative, but it is not all about palliative. Palliative cannot solve any problem. But sometimes we do palliative to help the people, but it is not, we are not basing this agitation or liberation based on palliative, no. And right. people have come to understand that they needed the freedom more than any palliative. You know what they used to tell you in Nigeria in the past is that, you cannot stand against, the government designed this whole system so that people cannot rise up against it. When you rise up, they say, you don't have money, you don't have food to eat. We have been able to defeat that. Who can believe that Biafra will lock their shops? Nobody will believe. But today, they are doing it because they have come to understand the importance of freedom, that they need freedom more than anything. So it is not about palliative, but whether we do palliative, yes, we do.
All right, Henry, you're next.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Rudolph, and good evening, Prime Minister Samuel Ekpa. Yeah, let me go first on this. From the beginning, I supported Nnamdi Kanu, even though I'm not a Biafran. I support this movement because it was before he was talking about one Nigeria then. Before Nigeria turned against it, Nigeria was not favoring its people. Then it changed to be it changed to be to fight for Biafra. So it's unfortunate they went to kidnap him from Kenya. They bring him back to Nigeria. My problem is, do you believe some of those people in the Igbo are not against Nnamdi Kanu still being in prison now? Because I see no reason why they keep him there, because there's no crime he committed. The government could not charge him to say this is your crime, prosecute him. They still put him there for how many years now? So what you don't think some of these Indian people, they are against him? You don't think this? And secondly, I will not be happy when I see people, they force some videos I see to sit at home. Those people who are beating, or I don't know what, I will not use that word here. Those who are aggressive to these people don't close their shop in Biafra land. Is it proper like that? Is it by force to close your shop, or you have to be free. They should be free to choose what they want to do. Is it not wrong to force people to close their shop? That's my question.
All right. So nobody is forcing anybody to close shop in Biafra land. Biafra are closing their shop willingly. And if you can also share the video of them responding to Soludo, not just the video of Nigeria agent trying to blackmail what we're doing. Share the video of the Biafra business people, traders responding to Soludo. That is the video you should be addressing. Because there are many videos where people are telling Soludo, come and drag us out of our house now. Why are you not addressing that? That is the real Biafrans, not those that Nigeria hired in order to blackmail me, thinking that when they start beating people in the market, I'm going to run away. No, we know those games. You should be addressing when Biafrans are talking. Biafrans are those who were making video telling Soludo to come with a trailer of key to lock their shops. Those are Biafrans. They are sitting at home willingly because they understand the fight we're fighting. It's just like many of you understand the fight, but the only thing is that you are too little-livered to do what Biafrans are doing today. So when they are doing it, you are concerned. Why are you not worried about people that have been killed in other part of Nigeria? Why is Biafra more interested to you when people are not actually getting killed? Even if those who come to blackmail us by hitting people with a stick and all that, is that more cruel to the people that are getting killed in all over part of Nigeria? Why are you not worried about them? Or are they not Nigerians? There are people who give birth to IDP camp in Benue State, and their children are 19 years old now, living inside IDP state, which means they have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And there is no plan of them going back to their ancestral land. This should be your concern, not Biafra people sitting at home.
No, sorry, Rudolph, sorry, please.
Rudolph, you are not talking. We cannot hear you.
If you have had a chance to ask a question, please don't come back into the studio. We want to make room for other people. So I keep removing people who come back again. Please make it one question. We don't have a lot of time. I speak the truth, Ernest.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, hello, Rudolph. Hello, Simon. Simon, it's a two-part question, but it's going to be in one. You've told us about your plan for 40 states, but what I think you haven't been clear about and what you haven't really told us is which states presently will encompass this new nation that you envision, because while you said earlier on the show that it will be made up of a confederate group of states, will these states just be the 1967 Eastern region, like you referenced, or, like Nnamdi Kanu said, expand to places as far as Kogi and Ondo? Because if so, me playing devil's advocate, if I was a military strategist or a leader from the old Western region, and which you have admittedly said, this will end on the negotiation table, I would be antsy that you are not only on my border in the event of a potential military skirmish, but that you will also control both sides of the River Niger. So where exactly in the geographical space being disputed today will make up Biafra? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you have been following the Biafra movement, but we have a defined map and we have a defined territory. So if you are confused about where is the Biafra territory today, I will urge you to visit the Biafra government website, where you have the current map of Biafra, that those maps were done by people, the indigenous people in those areas, not Simon Ekpa. So the people that make those maps are the people, the indigenous people of those lands. It is not by Simon Ekpa. So if you are disputing the map or you don't want to be part of Biafra, then you have one vote. You have one vote to say, no, I don't want to be part of Biafra. And in a democratic system, it is always majority carries the vote. So like I said, and I have said to every other person, if you can bring somebody or a group of people or millions of people to outnumber 50 million so far, you win the vote.
Thank you. I speak the truth. Let's go to Man of Prestige.
Yeah, greeting everybody. And greeting to have you here, Simon Ekpa. Let me start with my statement to your question. I think it's an illusion for you to have this idea that Trump is going to come and liberate a Biafra. Trump is a neo-isolationist. He doesn't care about Africans. So let me just, I live in America, California, to be precisely. You are just riding on an illusion. That's not going to happen from Trump. He doesn't care about Africa. So that's one. But whatever your ideology of trying to actualize Biafra, whether it's going to come to fruition or not, that's debatable. So I'm not here to contend on that. But my main focus is the mayhem you are causing to the Southeast. I mean, how are you going to actualize Biafra when you finish killing the Biafran people already? So what country are you going to have? That's my question.
You have not joined them. You have not been killed. So I think when you are gone, Biafra will come. And number one. Number two is that you are not part of a Trump team. You are not personal advisor to Trump. And I didn't say that Trump is going to give us Biafra. So don't come here and say something that is not right. Trump is the president of the United States. There are people that influences his foreign policies. These are the people I am engaging. The Department of State influences the Trump foreign policy. The Congress influences Trump policy. The CIA intelligence agencies influences foreign policy. These are the people I'm engaging. I'm not engaging Trump. Thank you.
Thank you, man of prestige. Let's go to Alwin Bond. I used to know your name. You changed your name.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Dr. Damages.
How are you?
Good evening to you. My Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Good evening to you.
Greetings.
And I would like to say, may God continue to bless you. I am the Okene of Biafra because my mom is from Aba State. She's an Angwa woman. I would like to ask you this, my Prime Minister. Are you the first Prime Minister to organize or invoke a republic in exile? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am not the first Prime Minister of a government in exile, and there are many countries that have regained their independence or restored their independence or sovereign state through a government in exile. So the only thing is that what we are doing today is very different somehow, because a country like Nigeria needed a very drastic measures that we are using. And that's why we adopt this 4 different approach, which is the political approach, diplomatic approach, the armed struggle approach in the self-defense, and the civil disobedience approach. So we are fighting Nigeria from all angles. Thank you.
Thank you, and let's go to electricity.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Man. Good evening, Simon. Mine is just clarification. It's a follow-up to, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's a follow-up to Okija question. You referenced 3 religions officially recognized in Biafra state. You live in Finland, and Finland's constitution guarantees freedom of religion and freedom of conscience. 0.4% of the population have official membership. Is it the case that they will practice Islam in Biafra if it ever happens, but will not be officially recognized?
Okay, go ahead.
Or is it the case that Muslims will not be allowed in Biafra? Just clarification, please.
Thank you very much. We are going to sign into law the United Nations Treaty that protects every person, both religious person, both minority group. So those laws will be signed sent into law in our local law constitution, and it will be respected. So, but what I'm telling you is that the official religion remain Christianity, Jewish, and traditional religion. This is the official that we have in Biafra territory. And just like you go to Saudi Arabia today, you don't go there to question the laws, why very hostile to some certain religion and all that. So we are going to have that in Biafra land, but we are going to respect international law, especially the UN Treaty on the protection of human rights. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Paul, you are next.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Rudolph. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Rudolph, good evening, sir. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra. Thank you. And I greet everyone in the panel. I have two questions to ask you, the Prime Minister, and then I will ask it in one. The sit at home is only being done in 5 eastern part of Nigeria, but as we are told, the Biafra constitutes the old eastern region. So the people from River State, the people from Delta, the people from Calabar, they are not doing sit at home. The people from Kogis, they are not doing sit at home. So I want to know why those people are not doing sit at home. Is it only Igbo people that is Biafra, or I mean, I want you to clarify that. And then the second question I want to ask you. I was listening to you. You made mention of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi is to call yourself his disciple. I want to know, wouldn't that be so much disrespectful to him when he eventually come out tomorrow?
Sorry, say it again. I didn't hear you well. Okay,
I say you made mention that, like, I mean, that you are still loyal to him, that you are still his disciple.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, wouldn't that be so much disrespectful to him if he eventually come out tomorrow? And then, I mean, because like the government in Israel, I think, is quite different from the group he's leading. So I want you also to clarify me the difference between IPOB and the government in Israel. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me ask you a question. Is Mazi Nnamdi agitating for a group or for a country?
Mazi Nnamdi is agitating for the restoration of Biafra. Which
what am I agitating for?
You're also agitating for an sovereign independent state of Biafra.
So, and you think Mazi Nnamdi will come out and be interested in agitating to restore IPOB as a group?
Or so, when Nnamdi come out, who is going to be a leader?
It is not about who is going to be a leader. I think he's going to be very, very proud of how far we have gone, because his admiration, his aspiration and dream did not die. So as a leader that he is, he already is coming with Biafra. I told people that Mazi Nnamdi will come out in a historic way. Biafra will be the restoration of Biafra. Listen, let me answer you. The restoration of Biafra will be declared, and the document will be generated. Mazi Nnamdi said severally, when he was being asked, when are you going to declare Biafra? He said, people of Biafra have not given him mandate. He was asked again by this Rudolph here that, well, when is he going to start engaging the United States? He responded, which the video I watched in the beginning of this program. He responded that the people have not sent him to go to the United States. Well, right, Rudolph, if I'm wrong, that was what he said here. So here today, the people of Biafra have given me mandate and given the Biafra government mandate, and he's part of it. So if he come and distance himself, that's a different thing. But for the fact that he's fighting for Biafra, and because of Biafra, he's being incarcerated, I believe he should be proud of how far we have gone today within 2 years. Within 2 years, we have been to that America under the mandate of the Biafra people, 50 million people of Biafra given to us. Where for the past 8 years, or before he was granted that interview, I don't know which year was that, but at least he said that the Biafra people have not given him the mandate. And that was the early stage. So today, over 50 million has given us the mandate. And that's why we are engaging the United States officially. That's why we are having this convention officially. That's why dignitaries from around the world will come to Finland for this part. If you don't know that, you know it now. That are going to be dignitaries, they're going to be policymakers that will come to this convention, and it's going to be live. So everybody will see them and know who they are.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Tone, you're next.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Ekpa. Right. My thing here, let me just make clear before, so that you know where I'm coming from and who I am. I am a full-fledged Igbo man. I'm from Anambra State. I it kind of worries me when the Biafran movement assumes that everybody that speaks Igbo, that is an Igbo man, agrees with your ideology. First of all, I'd like you to understand, because even during the war, you are not born, young man. You weren't born. A lot of people that are crying out POB, don't even know, they don't even understand the history, the background, what led to the Civil War, what led to the first coup. But then that is another. All I'm just going to appeal to you with all due respect is your policies and your utterances are causing a lot of instability and insecurity. People, we have seen videos and you're denying it, that it's the zoo and all that, blah, 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 blah. Your directives are causing people to be attacked. When people refuse to abide by this sit down home and all that, they are being attacked, their businesses are being destroyed and all that. And you sit down there to tell me that they are not real IPOB. Let me just say to you,
can I respond to you, please?
I am not part of your IPOB shenanigans. What I'm for is for the Igbo people to be economically strong so that we will have a voice. And then we talk about whether we want to move or not telling people, talking about violence and all that. You know nothing about the military. You've got no military training. You've got no military training. You've got nobody. Listen, nobody voted you as a prime minister. Some group of people came together and gave you the title. The title prime minister is inconsequential. The most important thing is releasing that young man that has been kidnapped, because your utterances is not helping out. These people are going to hold him and they probably might kill him. Let's tell ourselves the truth, my brother.
You're not asking. That's all I just wanted. What is the question? What is the question?
My question is, when are you going to stop your directive and asking young men to go to their early graves? It is not right.
When you don't buy, because you know having book by your side does not make you educated.
It is not right, Mr. Ekpa. It is not right. With all due respect, you sit down there in Finland. You're directing them to go to their early grave. That is wrong.
You never buy now.
All right. Thank you, Ton. Kene, you're next.
He come here with books as if he's educated. He's an idiot.
The Prime Minister of Biafra land. I greet you, my brother. Welcome here once again. Last time you were here, I asked a question strictly on your plans on how to secure our people, especially the lives and properties of the Biafran people. And your response was very marvelous. And I've seen the result of what the ESN under your leadership is doing in our land. Thank you once again.
Biafra Liberation Army.
Yes, Biafra Liberation Army. Sorry. Mata Bieile. Thank you once again for coming today. And as we all have witnessed, some of our saboteurs, they are meeting their ancestors or their creators on their own accord. Thank God, God is doing the wonders for us. And I will especially thank you for how you guys have deterred the IDP camp that they brought or they wanted to bring down to Imo State. Thank you for that job. And again, I come with the same question, but in a different way today. Today we have army checkpoints in Biafra land. I think there was this YouTuber that went around counting army checkpoints in our land, and it's just so annoying to see this kind of thing going on in our land. And I saw a video where coal is being mined in one community in Enugu State, I think Udi area. My question to you is, what effort are you guys doing to making sure that our resources are being preserved? And especially that these good for nothing Nigerian army and police that are everywhere on our land, aiding kidnapping of our people, that they are being sent back to wherever they come from. This question is very, very important because it bleeds my heart if I see this thing going on in our land. I believe in your ability to, get their senses back to where it's supposed to be. So please, my brother, I will want you guys, if you choose not to answer this question, that is fine, because I know you have your way of doing things. But I want to encourage you to continue your good work. Somebody asked a question, which I don't see that as a question. I see that as maybe he just woke up from sleep. That if you are not here, who takes over from you? And I answered from the comment section that the likes of Kene are in millions waiting to take over. But nothing will happen to you, my brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kene.
All right. Thank you very much, Kene. Well, I would say that the checkpoint, we continue to dismantle them, and it is not going to stop. We know it's going to take a long time. Like, you know, Nigeria is a country with 3 trillion naira in defense. That is the country we are fighting. So trying to defend our people from this kidnapping and all that. So we will continue to engage them. Like I said, what we are into now is called the war of attrition. And they know better what is the meaning of war of attrition. And if they are ready for that, we are in for it. So it's going to take time, but we are going to win this war. Nigeria can never win this time around. So those checkpoints will be dismantled. It's going to take time, but it will go. The only thing I say is that those who are coming to those checkpoints to enforce the disappearance of Biafrans, I don't know what they are going to do at the end of the day when we are going to sit on the round table to discuss the partition of Biafra and Nigeria. What would they tell to the Ndemo when they are there? That the reason why they fight for no reason. Because at the end of the day, Nigeria, as I'm talking to you today, Nigeria know they have lost this to Biafra. So, and after the December convention, we are going to start, you know, enforcing the eviction of Nigeria interests within the Biafra territory. What are these interests? This thing you said now about the mining of the coal, this what you said about you know, the exploitation of our natural resources. We'll engage them. And let me also tell you that in case they don't know, we are coming for tax collectors. You will never collect tax in the name of Nigeria. Very, very soon. So if you are a tax collector, resign, because you can never collect tax under Nigeria. We know this whole thing is going to take time, but we'll cripple Nigeria and make sure that not even a farthing will be generated from Biafra land to Nigeria post. That's our target. At the end of the day, we will sit in one table and discuss the partition. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kene. Let's go to Miracle Kinsley. I think you're in Nigeria. You're in the dark. So go on. Kinsley, can you hear me? All right. I don't think he can. So let's go to Ngozika. Ngozika, can you hear me? Kinsley, you have to mute yourself if you can hear me. Okay, Kinsley can't figure that out. For now, let's go to iconography. You're next.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I was going to ask you a question about the timeline at first, but I think I should leave that first.
Speak up.
We keep hearing about the 50 million people that voted.
Okay.
And like that. So the 50 million people, and what I would like to ask is, can we, this thing I want to ask for now will give credence to the numbers that are being called. Can we get like some things that show how the election went? So an electoral map that shows the different areas where the votes came from that the 50 million votes came from, the spread of how the registration happened, because I don't think you just allowed anybody to vote. It was that you confirmed who they were before they were eligible to vote. So the 50 million votes that you're talking about, where did they come from? How did they spread across the eastern region? Where are the people? Who are the people? Or let me say the demographic of people that.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Biafra government officials will make that particular information public during the convention. But I tell you that we have everything documented, just as you see them voting on the videos we have released so far. Every county is voting. Every state have their voting and electoral officials, and we even have the names of those who voted. So everybody who participated in this voting has a name. So it is not just coming to ask where they vote and all that. Everything is well documented, and the voting is still ongoing as I speak. It will end on the 28th of this month. And during the convention, we are going to live stream the result of the voting, which we don't know yet how many at the end of the day. So everything will be made open in Finland. And if you doubt the result, you conduct your own.
Thank you. Thank you. Ngozika, go ahead.
Good evening, Dr. Damages. Good evening to our guest. I do not have questions for him. I just want to make I want to refute something he said. Mr. Ekpa said that the people in Biafra land, that is the southeast, willingly lock their shops on Monday. That's a lie from the pit of hell. I live in the southeast. People are not locking their shops out of solidarity, Mr. Ekpa. They are doing it out of fear. If fear instilled by your people, stop lying. That is all I came to see.
Okay, I don't know who is lying. I am not there, but I have seen videos of people challenging Soludo that he should come and drag them out of their houses. So you are just one person there who is a one Nigeria. So it's a normal thing for you to come here and talk. But we have seen videos of Biafrans that are business people who are actually closing their shops, and they are challenging the governor to come and drag them out. They even went ahead and told the governor that if he's coming to lock their shop, he should come with a trailer load of key. So are you more Biafran than them? Thank you. And of course, I'm not surprised that people like you will come here with a Nigerian mentality. When we are struggling to save you from the evil entity called Nigeria, you come here to talk rubbish.
All right. Otakago, you're next. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, Dr. Damages, and then good evening to Mr. Ekpa. My question is, somebody raised it earlier. So somebody asked you about previous promises that were made that have not been fulfilled. And you said that you've kept all your promises. But I want to draw two in particular to your attention. So about 2 years ago, you made a tweet asking for 50 people who donate $10,000 each. And then that if they do that, then within the next 6 months, we'll see Biafra. And it's been 2 years now. So I guess my question is more, is it that you've not gotten the 50 people, or they didn't donate, or that promise has not been?
Did you donate?
Then you went ahead to also talk about a match between Biafra and Ambazonia that would happen soon. And it's been about 2 or 3 years and we haven't seen it yet also. So, clearly, if we follow this, it means that you've really not been keeping the promises that you've been talking about. And then going on to this war of attrition.
Can I address it before you make me
forget? Let me
finish.
When I finish, then you have all the time to address me. Then this war of attrition that you're talking about.
All right, Dr. Damage, let me address him. First of all, he talked about Amazonia and the Biafra match, and I will put it to him that which one is more, more recognized thing between Biafra and Amazonia when we have what we call Biafra and Amazonia Helsinki Declaration in 2023 here in Finland, in Helsinki. Amazonia and Biafra went into official signing of alliance, and it happened in Finland, and it is called Biafra Amazonia Helsinki Declaration 2023. So is it football that we did not play because of one reason or the other that is going to be going to discredit what I'm doing? And then also he talked about what is the other thing he said that did not happen? What is it again? Can somebody remind me? Because that's why I want them to put these questions one after the other.
Yeah, I think he was talking about I don't know, coin, or I'm not sure. I was trying to control.
You see, that is the point. That is the point, because I want to address that as well. Yeah. But anyway, so the point is that every promise I have made, I have all fulfilled all of them, and even better.
I remember now. He talked about the money, that 10,000.
Okay. So I wanted to ask him a question. if he actually paid 10,000 to me, because that is only when he will have the legitimacy to ask and inquire about what I did with his 10,000. But if he did not pay me 10,000, I will not answer that because it is irrelevant.
Those who are in the studio, if you want to just find one question, one of the best questions you have, so that we don't have to remove you. Divine Ebube, you're next.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Simon Ekpa, Mazi.
Greetings.
At the first time when all this was happening, I was not supporting Biafra, but at the time, I sat down and watched. I see that your work is fine. You are doing a great job. I must commend you for that. And I believe that your work will be done. Biafra will come. I want to use this opportunity to tell you that we need to close every political party secretary in Biafra land. Because I believe in your work, I believe in your action. We need to close every political secretariat in Biafra land to show them that we don't want that their policies, that's their dirty politics, terrorist politics. We don't need it in Biafra land, and that will be okay for us before December 22, December 2nd, the declaration of Biafra.
All right, thank you, Divine.
Thank you very much. Of course, it is part of the delegitimization of Nigeria that we are doing. So at a point, it is a step-by-step thing. So we are. You think that at this stage where we are now, that election is going to be holding, Nigeria will conduct election in Biafra land? It's not possible. We will give them chase of their life at the end of the day. And there was a question somebody asked about sit at home. Why sit at home is not in other part of Biafra? It is not only sit at home that is not in other part of Biafra. Also, the armed resistance is not yet open in other part of Biafra for a reason. The reason is one, the resource reason. Two is that we want to start liberating Biafra from a particular place. So, and the place we choose to start liberating Biafra is in the hinterland. So now, if you listen, if you watch what is happening, we have actually almost liberated the Biafra from the hinterland. We have the Biafra government is completely in charge of the hinterland, and that's why the governors are crying. And so, if you follow what Sowore said just recently, you understand that practically the Southeast have actually left Nigeria. It's part of this particular.
Can I ask a question? Let me ask only one question. After the declaration of Biafra, what is next? How do you think this will be? Will this lead to war?
No, we are already at war. The only thing you'll be asking is that what kind of war are we fighting? Are you not seeing that there is bombardment in Biafra land? There is a Tokuno jet bombing people, bombing villages. We are already at war. The only thing is that we are defending and resisting them. So it is going to continue like that. After the declaration of Biafra, what we intend to do is to use the documents that we're going to generate from this convention to pursue the diplomatic and political means of the recognition of Biafra as an independent state. And it is going to be everything is going to be working together. As we are pursuing the recognition of Biafra, we are also trying to evict and delegitimize Nigeria within Biafra territory. That's how this freedom is going to come. Thank you.
All right. Victoria, welcome from California.
Thank you. Namokonkwa. What I got to say is about 98% of whoever has come in this please, my fellow panelists, you know me, I don't follow nothing, but I will hit around and get it. I salute all of you. Other than Kene, nobody has said or asked, what do I do to get this done? Come on. The only thing I'm going to say is this. Take it as a question or anything. I told you, my prime minister, there is no name under the earth that can qualify you. I told you that. So, I'm saying, Ghana supported Jiri gawa Chineke no where jiri gawa. Ekelem.
Thank you, Boria in California. Let's go to Mazi, also in California.
Yeah, Dr. Damages and Mazi, Simon Ekpa, you know, I don't know about that Prime Minister of a thing. However, with no disrespect, how come the Monday sit at home, you know, that is ongoing in most part of the East is not happening in your village in a Ebonyi state? And that's my question, please. Charity begins at home. Thank you.
Anybody that's told you that there is no sit at home in Ebonyi state, the person is lying. And those propaganda doesn't move us again. The entire Southeast, as Nigeria call it, is under lockdown. No place that is not observing it. And just for you to know, I am from India.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to...
I'm only helping Biafrans to get their freedom. I'm from India. If that is gonna be enough.
Let's go to Becky. Becky, you're next.
Thank you, Dr. Damage, for giving me the opportunity to come to your studio. Actually, I come here to honor His Excellency, our Honorable Prime Minister. What really triggered me to come up here, our Prime Minister, thank you for everything you are doing for us. God bless you. And you will live long and eat the fruits of your work. What really triggered me to come up is a question that somebody asked before and said, who are those 50 million? I come here to tell you that me and my entire community in all the Edo states, I am not an Igbo man, but I am from Edo State, Edo Biafra. I am an Edo, I am born in, I'm a Biafra, but from old Edo State, which is now Eden State. Me and my entire community, we voted for the referendum of Biafra. A lot of Kingsmen in the Edo, a lot of Enoge, they were very pleased. Even the time they were uploading picture, they sent their picture. Chiefs, they sent their picture for me to vote for them, for me to assist them for the voting for the Biafra referendum. I'm telling you that the entire old Edo State supports His Excellency for what he's doing for us, because he's here to give us that freedom we have been fighting for. We have been a slave in our own country. Do you know what it means for your mother to die of ordinary stomach cancer in that contraption called Nigeria? Stomach cancer is like an appendix here in Europe. I live in Germany. Stomach cancer is just like an appendix, but in that contraption, that war zone called biological Nigeria. Sorry for that word. I don't. You said no insult here. I'm not insulting anybody, but that is what it is. You will go out in the morning. It's a war zone. When you go out in the morning from your house, you will not know if you will come back home. Do you know how many people have been kidnapped in my community? Fulani killed in my community. So I see somebody that come out and fight for me and fight for the future of my unborn children. So you that is asking that question, shame on you. If you are from Igbo, if you are Igbo speaking Biafra, shame on you for not supporting our Prime Minister for the good work that he's doing. Because we are proud of His Excellency. We are proud of what he's doing for us. We are proud for the fight he's fighting for us, for our people.
All right.
For that woman that is going out there with 3 months baby on your back, you will be inside the sun, you will be inside the rain, hawking with everything that we have in that country. But everybody is suffering. Now you see somebody that come out to fight for you. Instead of you to support, you are there asking stupid questions. Thank you very much. My Excellency, my Honorable Prime Minister, I'm here today on my knee to say thank you. Thank you for fighting for me. Thank you for everything you are doing.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Becky. for those watching, please like and share so that more people can see this video and this opportunity to have a conversation with Simon Ekpa. Let's go to Michael. Michael, you're next. Michael, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Your question.
Okay. My question is for Biafran Prime Minister, Mr. Simon Ekpa.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Michael. All right, let's skip Michael. I think he's... Michael, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
All right, we skip Michael. Let's go to Agolo Nwa Henry. You're next.
Okay. Good evening, Dr. Rudolph. Am I coming out clear? Okay. Good evening, my Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I called into the program not for any question, but a testimonial of what is going on and how it is. First of all, coming out is something, that's why I and Dr. Rudolph had a little off and on. I'm calling from the homeland and from Biafra land precisely, and I can tell you that it is testimonial of what's going on. Before the arrival, for those of you, because most of you saying this, most of you based in America, you're based in the USA, you're based in Europe, you're not in the homeland. But I will tell you this for free today that EML, Edeji Benwe, and that thing is what I'm here to tell you. Understand? Before the emergence of PM, we know how the zoo, then we know how here has been. We know how the zoo has been. And since the existence of PM, who can testify how the zoo has been, which is of good. I'll use the answers as an example because most of you may not experience answers, but you heard and watch of it. Now, what caused answers? Military and a young boy in a white Hilux, in a white Lexus. Now that caused answers, and during answer protest, which is a civil demonstration, youths were gone down. You understand? And up to today, justice for them is of nowhere. All these things are happening in the homeland. We know how youths are going down on a daily basis. And now that Prime Minister has emerged, I can tell you this for free that of this axis is very cool. Of this axis is very cool, not like before anymore. And kudos to him and his team and what he's doing. Kudos to the Biafran Army. I'm going to say that because I am calling direct from the homeland, and I'll tell you that we are feeling it. We know how everything is. We know how bad it is. We know how everything from checkpoint to checkpoint. I will tell you for free, when I and my friend were driving just for nothing, we were, like, should I call it, because that thing is an illegal kidnap. It's an illegal arrest. That thing is something else. We are taken from one ISO to another to Upo division, where we collected money for free for something we will not do. For example, that's Nigeria for you. So whatever our Prime Minister is doing, kudos to him and every other Igbo person or every other reasonable person. You can see North, for example. The North has gone. Here where we are, the North are coming out from the North to this side, the young ones. I got the opportunity to interview one of them. I asked what brought you to this side. He said the parents asked him to leave, that the elderly ones are asking the young ones to leave. And I asked him why, and I know why, but I'm asking him to confirm what's going on. it now seems that they are running out. It means that the Boko Haram have taken out the north and the youth cannot stand it anymore. The older ones are asking them to leave, and truly they are leaving. But we, in our own ground, we are standing firm, and I want to tell each and every of us to support His Excellency now, because now we have the key. I don't know, after saying this now, I don't know how it's going to be, but now we have the key. We have the key now. Support him financially and every support that he needs. Let's push this now for human betterment. Thank you. Kudos.
All right, thank you, Agolo. Let's go to Tobias. Please, your question, sir. We are running out of time. He has spent over 2 hours. We agreed on 2 hours. So just go straight to your question. Tobias, you're next.
Yeah, Dr. Damage, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa.
Greetings.
Yeah, I just have few questions to ask. Because,
one question. Why few? One question, please.
Okay, just one question.
Yeah, just find the best.
Okay, Mr. Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is actually doing a good job. Attention is coming to the East. And definitely with the level of things and the way things are going, we're going to see resistance come to the East. What will happen if it gets to the level where our people are being attacked outside the East? And what will happen if this attack is being brought to the East to attack the people? How are you forming our defense for the people at home?
The defense is a security issue that I will not defend. I will not explain here, but we are ready to defend our people. And let me tell you that the war is actually happening already. You can see that the killing of our people outside Biafra land did not start today. It was what led to the war in the 60s. And after election last year, our people were killed in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. So it is not a new thing to us. The only thing I will advise our people outside Nigeria, outside the Biafra land, is to know how to defend themselves when the time comes. But you see, Biafra land, I will seal it. Anybody that crosses there will never leave when the time comes. I'm telling you the fact. Biafra will be protected. We will seal Biafra land, and let me just keep it here. But yes, we are already in that war with them, and we will defend our land to the last drop of our blood.
No, Tobias, we can't get it 2 questions. Let's go to Emma. Emma, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Rudolph. Thank you, Mazi. I am in U.S. Army for 10 years now. So I'm from Anambra State, live in California. I have been seeing things happening in Biafra land, like Fulani terrorists, how they invade the farms and all the atrocities they are doing. So based on like let's say 5 Eastern governors, I believe that the reason why most of them, like people like Soludo, people are not paying too much attention to him, is because they are failing the people. They are not delivering according to their promises. So now I feel like what will make our people not to be divided, but to come together and support you so much will be if you find a means to provide some level of great values in terms of, and I believe it's super easy. For instance, if the diaspora, they contribute, let's say, $10, $500, $1,000, we raise such a money, build a technological school in terms of, I know that no kind of well. So, but there are other things besides Elwell in terms of technologies, because I want to use Israel as an example. Israel today, because they are highly technological, highly scientific, and they build their own people in terms of education, in terms of technology, with the back of US. They are a small nation in Middle East, but they are dismantling every challenge on their path, including Iran and everything. So I am looking at the war of, let's say now, I know that the war of attribution, just as you said, is good, is great, because the Fulani terrorists, they want to Islamize Nigeria. That one's for sure. And they are doing all kinds of atrocities. So now, if there is a way, since our people are suffering, if there's a way for diaspora contribute money, like, you know, maybe in terms of agriculture, scientifically raise a kind of a support.
All right, Emma, can you round up, please?
Okay. So my question, yeah, in rounding up, that's my own suggestion. If there's a way to help people back home in terms of economically, you know, and also.
No. Also, thank you, Emma.
All right. Thank you very much. You know, your idea is very, very good and very nice and sounds so lovely when you are hearing it. But unfortunately, it is not possible under Nigeria. And that's why we have to do everything to get our freedom, liberate ourselves. And then this kind of idea you are talking now is why we are fighting what we are fighting, because it can never happen under Nigeria. Nigeria can never give you the atmosphere, the opportunity to create this kind of ideas and life that will help you to develop innovatively and to compete among nations. It is not possible. And why is not possible? It is not possible because Nigeria have only one agenda for this whole 100 years of Nigeria. The only agenda they have is to Islamize Nigeria. And then they will begin to do whatever they want to do. So the issue of this particular, building, and if you, in case you don't know, Nigeria have a center to eradicate this thing you are saying now, and they call it a center for eradication of innovation and embracing Sunai. I don't know whether you are aware of that. Are you aware that they have a center to eradicate innovation? Google it now. Google Center to Eradicate Innovation in Nigeria. You're gonna see them. They have it in Yoruba land. So you see that the ideology, the idea is not really. It is not compatible. Now you are bringing idea of developing, building something, some kind of technical center or scientist center or innovative center. While Nigeria Constitution under Islamic law, they have a center to eradicate it. So you see, it is not working, and this is what we are shouting about. So many people don't actually know this, but those of us who know, that's why we stand on our ground. That thing that is going to happen tomorrow, let it happen today. But our people must be liberated this time around. And we have the template to get Biafra out of Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emma. Let's go to Samuel Nande here next.
Dr. Damages, I believe that history will remember you. And thank you for hosting interactive conversation among brethren. Thank you very much, sir. And I want to say a very big thank you to Mazi, Simon Ekpa. Thank you for all that you do. I will be very direct to the point. I have just one question, like Dr. Damages has limited everyone to. In Igbo land, they say Igbo Heze. That's one thing they say. They say Igbo Adi Honotu. But I love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the sense that he was able to bring some kind of unity among Igbos. And he was able to promote the fact that that's a lie in the Igbo Heze. And that leads me to my question. This is my question, Mazi. I got to know you through Nnamdi Kanu, or I should say you came to notoriety through Nnamdi Kanu. And the thing I noticed about Nnamdi Kanu is that he has great respect for Ojukwu, for example, and from some people. But while you were speaking, while you were delivering your speech, you made a comment that you might not be inclined to listen to Nnamdi Kanu because he is incarcerated, which is true, which I believe on that comment. But you made the second comment, which is what I want you to clarify, that if Nnamdi Kanu is free, he has to come to Finland before you can sit down and listen to him. That sounded, with all due respect, a little bit out of place because if you had said that you guys will meet at a central place, United States, somewhere, just somewhere central, that would have sounded a little bit like someone who almost did there ahead of him. But to say that no academic in Finland, there are many Igbo people that will not go well to their hearing. How do you clarify that? I want you to clarify that. That's my question.
All right, thank you very much. You will never understand. And it is not everything I will explain here for you. And I'm not here to entice everybody with my speeches. Take those what are good that I have made and remove those that you feel are not good. Take the good part of me and throw away the bad part of me. But the reason I made that comment, those who are in the spirit will understand me. And I'm not making it for people to love me, but that is a fact. We are fighting a demonic state, a state that is ready to destroy anything and anyone in order to maintain the status quo. So I know what I'm saying, and I know why I said such thing, and I cannot explain it here for you to be happy with me. But if there are other things I'm doing that you're happy with, I believe that should be well with you. But one thing you should also know is that what you don't know is bigger than you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Uchechukwu Nwa Jesus.
Good evening, Dr. Damages. Good evening, my Prime Minister.
Greetings.
I salute you. Oh God, I salute you. I'm saying that I am in the homeland. Somebody asked, what about that? How many people? How do you know people that voted? The people, I participated in the organizing people to vote. The people that voted, they have name, they have their home, they have their villages and everything. And a lot of people are willing today. People are rushing to be voted. So any person that is asking that question is making a mistake. And if you stay in London, you will only know about London. You don't know what we that are here are passing through. So my question now is, my Prime Minister, it was since 2021 we got to know each other. Even if you check your mail, you will still see my mails to you. And we have been following this together while I was in Lagos and all the other places. My question is now, we are going to declare on the 2nd, we that are on the ground, where and how are we going to lift our flags so that people will know that something has happened here? So that those people who are there thinking that nothing is happening here, will know that we are actually on the ground. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much for that. And it is good. I was actually expecting that everybody that is going to come here will be Damages group, So I'm surprised to see people that are part of what we're doing. Honestly, I was not expecting anybody to come here, to support or confirm what I'm saying. But I was just expecting that this is a platform for one Nigerianist. This is a platform for people who have a different ideology and ideas from what we're doing. So, but it's good to see some of you here. And I would like that we can have this particular discussion again after today. So Rudolph, take note of that, because it is very imperative that as we approach all these people that have issues with me or with Biafra, they should come. And they don't need to believe me, but at least they will hear my part of the story instead of hearing from the third party and all this hearsay and all that. So, yes, the Biafra government in the homeland, which is called the de facto government, will be communicated. The entire leadership of the government, of the state government, will be communicated on what to do and how to do that. So those who are part of the government will be informed and communicated on what to do and when and how. So those instructions will come from the internal memo. Thank you.
Bless you.
All right, thank you so much.
Rudolph, you mute yourself.
Thank you, Uchechukwu. Let's hear from Prince Sike.
Mr. Rudolph, I thank you for hosting our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister once again, I want to say I appreciate you for standing before the world to clarify some things that one Nigerians have been trying to a kind of make people not to understand. I just came online because of one thing. One of the things that made me to come online was when somebody was asking you who voted you. So I came in here to let everybody know that we the Biafrans voted you as the prime minister. So you are our prime minister, and that is the job you are doing. So once again, I want to appreciate you, but I will also end it with a question for the whole world to hear. There is one thing you always say when you started. You always told us that you know when Biafra will come. And this thing always a kind of, I believe a lot of people don't understand. But right now, the whole world can see that Biafra is here. We want to appreciate you, Prime Minister, and we say may the good Lord continue to keep you. Thank you so much. We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And let me also make some comment based on what you said. And yes, I just want to inform Biafrans that my Prime Minister of Biafra today is going to be, this government will be dissolved. Immediately we start getting recognition from the international community. And then we'll start the preparation for the transitional government. That is the reason we have the de facto government functional. The structure is already in place. So as soon as the recognition start coming from the United States, every other person follows. United Nations follows. And that will start the preparation for the transitional government. So those people that are putting their coach in a very high place, like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and all of them, they will also be running, and that's when they will know that they are Biafra people. But of course, everybody will put their hands on the deck for us to have the desired nation that we have all fought for. So as soon as that happens, the government in exile will be dissolved. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Prince CK. Dr. Chidi, you're next.
Thank you, Rudolph. How are you, Simon?
I'm very good.
You blocked me. I'm glad we finally have an opportunity to talk one-on-one.
I blocked you because you were calling Finland.
This is my time now.
As you can
Dr.
see,
Rudolph, I guess you need
Finland,
to control this thing. If I'm on your show, so I expect you to moderate very well.
So we try to, the guest is the guest. So he's the guest for today. So go ahead.
Doesn't make sense. That's just what I'm asking. So when I'm talking, you should let me talk. And then when he's talking, I'll let him talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So you blocked me when I was asking you about the people that told me that you duped them. But that's a story for another day. I'm glad that we have this opportunity to talk to each other one-on-one. The most painful thing about this madness of yours is just the lives
Rudolph, if he's here to ask question, he can ask questions.
The lives that I'm
to address me as madness of yours, please.
You're a crazy man. The only thing is the lives that you're losing, the lives that are lost as a result of your actions. That is what is bothering me. What you have caused for Ebonyi people, your brothers, sisters of Ebonyi state in particular, who are murdered here now and then, and other young boys. My friend, let me finish talking now. This is your madness. Let me finish. Like that, you're a stupid man. One day,
Dr. Che, they have to talk to respectfully, please.
Yeah.
They are not here to fight, please.
Hold on. Who is speaking? Please don't speak. I'm the one running.
It's Kingsley is talking.
No, it's not
Let him,
about.
let him. Yeah, he should
It's
be,
not
he should be
about.
cultured now. Why would we be talking
It's
to
not
someone like
about.
that?
You know how many people that are killed because of what this stupid man is doing. One day all this will
All
be
right,
over.
all
You
right.
know it.
Good enough.
Do you,
I
do
would
you,
like to, I
do
would
you
like
have
to
any
give
proof?
you.
Do you
Man,
have any
shut
proof
up
of
your
that?
On your
mouth.
show.
You don't have
Do you have any proof?
any
Like
evidence.
down there in
Shut
Finland.
up your mouth. Don't accuse anybody for what you don't know.
All right. I'm sorry, guys. This is not good. I don't entertain people who are not moderating, trying to help the moderator. If we have a guest and we want to respect our guest, whatever you think about him, and there are some languages we don't encourage. You can ask your question, any question you want, but you don't have to use words like stupid, and it's not acceptable. Not on this platform. I know that in the past people have. So I will bring back Chidi, but I will make sure Chidi make sure that just give us your question, whatever question you want to ask him. Don't use, people should not use those kind of languages. But before I bring back Chidi, let me go to Annie Zubike. You're next.
Dr. Grievous, sir. My PM, Obato.
You are not talking or it's muted.
Yeah, Annie, we can hear you.
Dr. Grievous, sir.
Oh,
My
okay.
PM, Grievous, sir. I salute you.
Greeting.
I from homeland, Ebony State. Oshago precisely, Umuzakambo. All of us are here what you are doing, and we are appreciating you very well. Don't mind whatever they say. We people in homeland know what is going on. Forget those who are in abroad who don't know what is going on in our homeland. We people in homeland who know what is going on. Forget whatever they know, whatever they talk rubbish. Oblo shike anyachi etalo mogobagi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, Annie, thank you so much. Let's go to Revolution. You're next.
Yes, I don't know if you hear me, Doctor.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening one more time, and Samuel Ekpa, well done, sir.
Greetings.
You can see the underlining of my name, Revolution. I always support anybody who is trying to help Nigeria, because that country has been brought to nonsense. People are just fooling themselves. And I want to say I'll be in Finland on the 2nd of December. I live in Sweden here. So anybody supporting anything that will bring sanity into that country, I'm behind you, and you can see.
Great.
You can look at it very well. It's not just talking. So I was just listening, but today you have played so many things. I know some people are saying sit at home is causing this and that, but there's no freedom without bloodshed.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Revolution. I'll go back to Chidi. So Chidi, Dr. Chidi, please go straight to your question.
Yeah. My brother, the reason why I came on is because I don't even know, out of respect for you, Rudolph, because I invited Simon to my platform. We had an interview, but when all these things, when things started going south, and I'm going to try to control my language out of respect for your platform. But when he derailed, as I think he did, we never got an opportunity to have to address him. So all I'll say in a few seconds is that I feel sorry for what the struggle has come to and what I believe he has made the struggle. And I just pray that one day we will all wake up and this nightmare of Simon Ekpa will be over. I just plead for Biafrans to just be. It's a very sorrowful thing. It's a very mournful thing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prison. A lot of our people dying every day. I'm just hoping that one day all this will be sorted out, and this madness will be over. Thank you for having me, Rudolph. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chidi.
All right, let me also address what he said and make a comment. I hope that one day when Biafra has been restored and recognized through this madness, you will come and we'll sort our differences differently in Biafra court. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mazi Simon. Let's go to, we are rounding up now. Eze, thank God, you are next.
And just a last one. He said something that so that this nightmare will end. And indeed, that is actually the exact word to describe what I'm doing to Nigeria. I'm the Nigerian nightmare, the terrorist Nigerian nightmare. So he actually said the right word. So that's
all right. Thank you. So Eze, thank God, you're next.
Good evening, my PM, Simon Ekpa. Good evening, the co-host, all of you, Isai here. I greet everyone. Honestly, I came in to appreciate the good work my PM is doing. I am here in the hinterland of Biafra. I hear someone saying that Boy State is not is not sitting at home. That is lie. We are sitting at home here every Monday and every other day. As occasion warrant sit at home, we sit at home. It is only a foolish man that we say that Nnamdi Kanu has not tried or is not working for him or is not working for his freedom or cannot be aggressive seeing Nnamdi Kanu being kidnapped and detained illegally. Even the prominent, even the politicians, we know what they are doing us here. We know how much we are buying fuel, a liter of fuel now, 1,200 naira. Go to, even pure water now is, one sachet of pure water is 15 naira. 300 naira. We know the hardship we are in here. We know what the Nigerian government has cost all of us here. So whoever is talking otherwise is an agent. For me, is an agent to Nigerian government. Is a even the politician is advocating for Nnamdi Kanu release. Even as we see them as wicked as they are advocating for Nnamdi Kanu's release. So what about we? That we feel that we have been marginalized by those politicians who does not want us to preach. Because one politician like this will be packing money. You will see him with how many helo, with how many convoy. But you are not seeing, you are not feeding even a meal in the day. What are you just even saying here? I appreciate the hard work of our Prime Minister and the Biafra Republic government in exile. And we will look forward to the declaration of the restoration of Biafra, 2nd December, because the suffering is too much. Why they releasing Nnamdi Kanu for us? Why are they holding him there themselves? Why they releasing Nnamdi Kanu? So that everybody, if it is to divide the country, divide the country. If the country is too big for one man to rule, divide it. Let everybody go and solve the whole problem in his own region. What are they even talking, sir?
Eze, thank
you. We here is very aggressive. I just came in to thank Prime Minister, the government, our Republic government in exile. Kudos to them. Let them carry on. Because the suffering is too much. We want them to release Nnamdi Kanu.
All right.
What are we going to market to do on Monday? If Nnamdi Kanu is there, and then Nnamdi Kanu is soliciting for our freedom. And we know the marginalization they are in. How many people are killed in
Eze, thank you. I'm sorry. We have to cut you short. We appreciate
All right,
you.
let me just comment on that. Thank you very much. And one thing everybody should understand is that Nigeria government have this kind of pattern of or system of propaganda that never worked. Even during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will tell you, Abia State is not doing this. He is from Abia State, and there's nothing going on in Abia State, only to just try to demoralize people using this propaganda. The same thing now, Ebonyi State. These are the people who say, I'm not an Igbo person. They'll come to tell you, Ebonyi State is not sitting at home. But look at people from Ebonyi State telling you what the way it is, because they want to use that propaganda. Ebonyi is not observing it. The same thing they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Abia State is not observing it. Abia State is not doing this. So those kind of propaganda does not move us anymore. Thank you.
Mazi, do you want to continue or take a break? Because we have about 5 more people and then we round up.
Okay, just we can have maybe 2 minutes break.
Okay, all right.
And you see that I have added 15 minutes to you.
Yeah, I know. You did very well. Thank you.
Yeah, and I have another meeting. I have a meeting I have to attend, but I will stay here till 3 hours, 10 minutes.
Okay, all right.
So we have like 20 minutes to go.
Okay, so let's take a break, and then when we come back, we will finish up with people who are currently in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of you.
When your master lobio, Aqua lobio, Max, if you have no panumo, no fube, nazo, Olaga, ni piazugo, Mawulaga, doni piazugo, Aqua wilo gio, bicora puzo, Conabazia. Onyo mazoro biko abamba watara dasari ibya unyane gana mo ulaga dori byazigo mo ulaga dori byazigo abamba wilo chila bigora fuzoro anawaze Mazi welcome up. Odaguna Quarezinaka. Onyomani Gadelemo. Mazi ni Mazi. Ibu go with Maladi. Where you're from, Odogu Nachala Noka. Is it one name nigga delemo? Olaga doni pesigo Olaga doni pesigo. Amama wilo chilo, bigora muzo. Anabaze, say. Abama wazara sorry. Ibya muyana kwana mo fube naru Olaga doni piazugo nazaboy Olaga doni piazugo Abama wilo chilo bigora puzoro anabazi Double canary be kitchen for I'm a Guamnica Gogadia. Well, you work well he catch your mobile bag. Hey, you want? So chukwu negaji esi nwanne m ekene ịlapụlụ ife niile na-eme wee bịa nke gosili na anyị na gị bụ nwanne wisdom ga-adị ka nye gị maịkị ka ogobanya bụ egwu isili Mazi ọ bụ na-etiri egwu a malụkwa malụ n'imego m ife ọjọọ wee sị gị nwanne m ife ọkụ na ịchọlụ na ngeme wisdom onume ekene gị mama ihe ihe biko lapụ na-abasị ya zoro 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 Geduru joy na bugwa Hausa Sokoto Ujembe mwilo Anu solo mwe manofia nara Onye nwuro zurike
Understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever.
We want to conclude with giving the people in the studio an opportunity to ask their question. So if you're in the studio, turn on your camera, otherwise I have to remove you. So let me go to you, Samuel Namdi. Go ahead.
Dr. Damages, thank you very much again. And the over 4,000 people viewing us, please, if you have not subscribed to Dr. Damages page, do that. Let's support our brother, for hosting this interactive session. Mazi, Biko Barum, I wanted to come back with a quick rebuttal, because I believe that before Biafran Orientation Agency takes root, you represent that agency. And you cannot, I do not think it is wise answering question pandering only to your base, because those who are not in your base might be larger than your base. So when I ask the question of a legitimate Igbo culture and honor system, and I said, Nnamdi Kanu ga-abịa kwute gị na Finland maka na nnukwu anaghị agakwa obere, isi na manọhọ in the spirit. Now that answer didn't really give me the clarity I want, and that's why I'm bringing this rebuttal. I even suggested in my question that there could be a central place where you people will meet. I'm not the only one with this ideology. I believe there are many people, and Biafra, by the way, exists both in ideology and in actuality. So how do you appeal to people with different ideology as your orientation agency to get us involved? Because anyway, many people, like I said, I didn't know you, if not for Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu promoted you, Nnamdi Kanu blew your trumpet. So if you have popularity today, it's in Nnamdi Kanu. How can you now say that he will come to Finland and meet you? That's not Igbo culture.
Okay.
That's not Igbo principle.
All right. If you are asking me a question about what I'm doing to restore Biafra and how I'm going to do it, and I did not answer you and address you, then you should be concerned that you want to know how I want to get your freedom. But here you are asking me a question about personal things, about individuals, about person who were leading the struggle before he was kidnapped. And I told you that this borders on security. And I don't expect me to come here and start telling you why I want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come to Finland. It borders on, it is the same reason I said I am not going to take instruction from him from the DSS. The same reason is the reason I said he must come to Finland to meet me. And he understands, if he hears this, I said, he will understand why I said it. So you don't expect me to come here and start elaborating the reason why I said he must come to Finland. It borders on security, and his own security as well. That is the reason I say it does not mean that I'm disrespecting him or that I'm looking down on him as a leader or anything. No, it has to do with the interest of the struggle. It has to do with his own security and his own life as well. So when I made such a statement, like I'm not going to take order from him it is the same reason why I will not take order from him in DSS. It's the same reason I want him to come to Finland before I can listen to him. Because you don't expect me to start listening to him while he is Nigeria, where they'll be pointing gun at him and say, go and talk to Simon Ekpa, and then he will be telling you, Simon Ekpa, look, I am free man, you must stop Biafra. You are expecting that man is not going to come out today, and they tell him, go and say, Simon Ekpa, stop. And then he come and say he's not in Afaruku, I should stop. And you think that it's going to be the same thing when he come out of Nigeria? The answer is no. So I'm not going to start elaborating this. Like I said, people who understand me when I said I will not take order from him in DSS custody, they understand why I say he must come to Finland.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Samuel. Adeniyi, you're next.
Yeah. Good evening, all. I just want to welcome Simon. I've seen him for the first time. I'm a retired army officer, and Rudolph, I've been talking to Rudolph for some time, so I'm aware of the program that is running. Now, I want to ask a question, Simon. I'm a Yoruba man, and we all know what is happening in the country. And I believe in one Nigeria because I've served in the military, the armed forces for the country. I have a lot of friends from the east, from the north, from all over the country. So I want a better Nigeria. Now, what I want to ask you is this, Simon. If today we have a better system of government, are you hearing me? A better system of government that is taking care of both the welfare of the people and the security of the people across the country. Are you going to change your mind about Biafra? Because the problem in the country, let me just finish, because the problem in the country today is just bad governance. If we have a better system of governance that make institutions to work at local government level, where the basics amenities, basic services are provided to the people, education, healthcare, affordable foodstuff, good living condition, where all those basics are provided, and at the center, people are well represented across the country, so that nobody will talk of marginalization. Are you going to change your mind about Biafra?
No.
Why?
Right,
because Biafra is looking for a better government.
Yeah, let me explain to you. Because,
okay.
this thing you are saying is not possible under Nigeria structure. Even if you bring, are you a Christian or Muslim?
I'm a Christian.
Even if you bring Jesus Christ to come and govern Nigeria, he can never change anything. Because even as Jesus Christ was born, he was crucified and killed by people. Now, Nigeria was not structured to provide these things and this leadership we are talking about. And that is the problem of many of you, because if you understand the problem of Nigeria, you will be in the forefront like Sunday Igboho fighting for the liberation of the Yoruba people. But because you do not understand that, that's why you are here to tell me if this work, if this happened, if this, where are you going to start?
Okay, let me just answer you. Because me, I have gone too far. I have seen a lot in the country, and I have been trained to the highest level of administration in the country as a retired senior army officer. I looked at the problem of the country, and I decided to come up with a new constitution for Nigeria. I don't know if you can see a copy here. I came up with a constitution that takes care of all the tribes, all the what do you call it, all the groups in Nigeria.
Please, if you are going to ever go visit Southeast, don't have your ID card though.
If what?
Don't ever go to Southeast with your ID card if you are in Nigeria army.
No, I know there's problem in the Southeast now. We are trying to.
I'm just advising you as person that is.
So I understand you. We are trying to solve problems now. You know one thing, Simon. When we got independence, we had problem in Nigeria when we were running parliamentary system. And how did the problem happen? problem happened in the western part of the country. Today, if any group or any region decide to secede from Nigeria, and you don't have the right system of government, the same problem we are facing in Nigeria today, we will face it in any of the regions.
Okay, so you believe the problem of Nigeria is in the constitution?
Of course, that's why I have to write the new constitution.
But that is not true.
Let me explain. Now, let me explain.
No, Adeni, we have less than 10 minutes, and there are 3 more people left. So
yeah, let me address him, because his argument is based on the constitution, that he claimed that once he presents this constitution, Nigeria will work. Now let me address him. The problem of Nigeria is not constitution. And when I listen to people talking about 1999 constitution as a problem, I just laugh at them. The 1999 constitution has a provision where they recognize a lot of rights. So have they respected that? There are provisions for Nigerians that are protected under this constitution of 1999. Have they respected that?
That's what I'm saying. Now there are a lot of loopholes.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you bringing another constitution where they have not respected the one they have?
That's what I'm saying. If the one that bringing this is respected and it is practiced, it will cater for all the regions.
That's what I'm telling you. Let them respect the one they have first, which they have not respected. So what do you think?
That one cannot work. I'm not in support of 1999 constitution. It has a lot of.
But it is working to some extent. It is working on this exclusive.
No, working for to the airlines. The airlines exploiting. They're exploiting the loopholes to do things for their benefit.
That's what I'm saying. That if
you and I, if you and I together now fight the loopholes, are able to block those loopholes and come with the right condition for the country will move on. Because if you go Biafra now and I go Oduduwa, and at the end of the day we don't have the right constitution for our various groups, we will still be fighting each other.
No,
you understand me?
That is the point, because the Nigeria problem is not in the constitution. It is an ideological. Listen, let me tell you now. It's a historical, ideological, and a religious problem. So, and this cannot be solved under the current mentality that Nigeria has for many decades. It's a historic problem. So, as you are now as a military personnel, you know how you serve Nigeria. And then you compare it to the people in your status that are from the northern Nigeria. Which rank did you attain before you retired?
I think it was a colonel, but if you want me
let's say it was a colonel. Now I will ask him. Did he think that if he is from the northern Nigeria and they have probably the kind of education he has acquired under Nigeria military, he will retire as a colonel? Is a question.
Yeah. You see, if there are a lot of things happening.
Just yes, it is possible, or no, it is not possible. As you are now a Yoruba man, you serve in the army and retire as a colonel. And before retirement, you have acquired a lot of education, including training. So I'm asking you now, you are from northern Nigeria. Would you retire with your experience and education? Would you retire as a colonel?
Of course, there are a lot of people of my status.
You are not
that are even left as lieutenant colonel, that are even left as majors. You see, let us not bring sentiment to this thing.
But that is the problem.
Yes, you know, there are some people from my side too that left as major general, my colleagues too.
You have not answered my question. My question is,
I've answered you. I said the standard after you have reached the rank of colonel, it is politics now this time around and luck.
But that is not that. Yes. And do you know that it is the something in the educational system that is what we call the quota system in Nigeria? So how do you address that? And how do you think that the northern Nigeria are going to agree to the quota system? Now, the president is from your own tribe, and they are trying to bring a tax bill. Do you know the people that are rejecting the tax bill? There is no single governor from the southern Nigeria. Only the northern Nigeria governors have rejected the bill, and they have dropped it. So how do you fix a system like that? You see, it is no point wasting your time, your resources, your energy, and your life trying to save a failing marriage. And this marriage is not even a willing marriage. It was a marriage that was forced by the barrels of the gun. So now we are saying we are not ready to try again. And we are ready to bring everything down. As you are looking at me, I am ready to burn down Nigeria for the interest and the life of my people. And if I have the opportunity today, I will order the burning down from Aso Rock, because that's where the killings of my people are being planned. I will bring it down. And the luck they have is that I don't have a nuclear weapon or a ballistic missile yet. But if I have it, I will start from Aso Rock, because that is where the terrorism against my people are being planned. Once Aso Rock is down, everybody will rest. I will begin to discuss the peace.
All right, Denny, we'll get another chance to have this conversation. So please let me go to other people because he has to go. I want them to be able to say something. Chief Chukwemeka, you are next.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I greet you. Biafra, they belong. Yeah, I came off because I've been listening to some commentary by people, and then I know that today the zoo of Nigeria is over 60 years, and they've been trying for more than 60 years. They never got better. Instead, they get worse and worse, and now they are worse than worst. Now, before we used to hear that a fool at 40 is a fool forever. And most of the people in that country, they have been, fools at more than 40 years. Now, I'll tell you, some politicians, they come to complain about the activities of the Biafra government. They complain about the sit at home.
Chief, we can't hear you. We can't hear you well. If you have a question, just go straight to your question, please.
Yes. What I want to ask first, I want to commend the Prime Minister and his cabinet for what they have been doing for the Biafran people. Yes, and I want to tell him to keep it up, that Biafrans are solidly in support of the Prime Minister and the cabinet and the entire Biafra government. And I want to tell him that the sit at home is not as worst as the economic terrorism that the government of Nigeria is meted on the people, where they cannot, afford to even have ordinary a square meal. It's not difficult. People that own cars in that country, we can no longer drive our cars because you can't afford fuel. You now walk a long distance to go to wherever you want to go. I now bought a bike to be able to navigate my way, because terrorism economically is no longer bearable. So the solution is liberation. I will support.
Chukwemeka, we have to leave it at that. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to one for Biafra. One for Biafra, go ahead.
All right.
Rudolph, we cannot hear you. So
one for Biafra, you're muted.
I have the next 8 minutes.
Yeah, no. One for Biafra, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go straight to your question, please.
Yeah. So now, what I want to say is that I pity the likes of Dr. Chid and the others. Now, if you listen to Nnamdi Kanu's last broadcast before he was kidnapped, you will understand that he prophesied about his departure and the coming of Zagoreba. Go and listen it very, very well and understand the facts there, that he knows everything that is going to happen. Therefore, I have no too much. That's exactly the point I want to bring out to those who are asking useless questions here. So go and listen and hear Nnamdi Kanu prophesy about his departure and the coming of Zagoreba. And that's all about it. So I congratulate you, my PM. We are waiting for December 2nd, and God will make it a reality. God will make it a success. Thank you, Biafra, Prime Minister. Thank you. This is my first time of talking to you one-on-one. God bless you. We are supporting you. We are behind you. And
thank you very much.
Come 2nd December, everything is going to come to reality. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Now the final person is Jeffrey Azoka. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Dr. Damages, and good evening, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. This is my first time of actually getting to any platform to ask you questions, even though I've tried to get on your space multiple times to ask questions. Well, my question would be, first of all, I would say there's a statement or a saying that what authority does a man have to tell another man what to do or impose to another man what to do outside of a contract or an agreement? So I have gone through the Biafra charter, and I've tried to read through it multiple times over and over again, and I've seen a lot of information which is really, really good. I can say it's almost similar to that of the American, what they say, constitution, like they have the First Amendment and all that. But the only thing is, when they defined that document, it did say it's a memorandum and other words, like one of which it says it's a contract. So, like I said before, outside of a contract or a crime, there is no outside of a contract or whatever, there is no crime. So, what I'm saying is that document, is that the full disclosure for anyone who's saying, oh, they support? Because I'm a Biafran, I wouldn't say, and I support 100% everything you're doing. Nigeria, they've messed up so much that, like you say, if you have what they call it, the nuclear weapon, I'll be the first person to help you press that button to destroy Aso Rock and everything. So my question is, are we being given full disclosure to say that document, that preamble of the Biafran Charter is going to be held to high esteem, knowing that they say a man's home is his castle. So what are the plans that are being put to make sure that those written words that are in there are not being violated by maybe the new government who will be coming in and all that? And then my last question would be,
one question only, please.
Okay, so what is the punishment for people who make false claim about other people? Just like some other guy came up moments ago and said, oh, he got report that you scam people. What would be the crime of people who make false claims against other people in Biafra land?
Thank you very much. That what you saw was just a charter, which is, like you said, maybe I would say the First Amendment or stuff, but that was the Charter of Biafra that was adopted during the last year convention in Finland. And this year convention, with the result of the self-referendum, we are going to vote on the Biafra Constitution. The Constitution has been drafted with over 200 and something articles. And so it is something that will form the legal base for everything we are doing. So this question is well addressed in the Constitution. It has to do with the law of Biafra and how people will be punished if they commit any crime and stuff like that. So it is well defined in the Constitution of Biafra, which will be voted for and adopted during the next convention that is starting on the 29th of this month. So, and then of course it will be in the public after that, and so people can go and see their constitution. And that constitution is also subject to amendment. It must be upheld in addition to the treaties that Biafra government will sign in Finland. So, of course, what we are doing is to provide the opportunity that Nigeria never provided for our people: justice, equity, and fairness.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. Before you give your final comment, I just want to say that this platform, we don't encourage violence, obligated by law to make sure that I say that we don't encourage violence, action by anybody at any time. All right, so Mazi, Simon, your final concluding words.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are also not condoning any violence. We are only defending ourselves. And of course, we are going to defend ourselves using every mechanism available. When Nigeria brings violence, you defend yourself using violence. You don't expect somebody to come with gun to kill you, and then you go and defend yourself with a stick. You go with gun. If they come with AK-47, we go with AK-47 to defend ourselves. If they come with the GPMG, we go with the GPMG. If they come with the RPG, we go with the RPG. The only thing we don't have yet is armored tank, which they come all the time with armored tank. They come with aircraft. We don't have it, but we defend ourselves with whatever we have. And we have anti-aircraft we will use to defend ourselves whenever they come to bomb our people. So we have been doing that and doing that very well. So like I said, I am very happy to be here to make some clarification today and answer question, though I was expecting more of Nigeria question than this Biafra supporters. But at the same time, I wish to be here next time so that those, and the next time if I'm coming here, Rudolph, make sure that you bring people that will really screw me with questions and difficult ones, because it is good. I'm not for them, because I know many of them will never, ever, ever agree with what I'm doing. But my target are those who may not even be here, but somewhere listening. Those are my target, because I can never please everyone. So somebody have commented that I should stop sit at home. Sit at home is not going to stop. It is one of the mechanisms we are using. It is one of the approach we are using. Like I have said, the 4 approach we are using to get Biafra today is the political approach, the diplomatic approach, the armed struggle approach, and the civil disobedience approach. So this civil disobedience approach falls under the sit at home. So sit at home can never stop, because we will never allow Nigeria to breathe in the southeast and south-south until Biafra is recognized. So thank you all. Anybody that have questions, always remember that I am open to receive your questions and answer them. You can contact the Biafra government through the chief of staff or the Biafra government media teams. You can contact them. And then also for those coming to Finland, I welcome all of you. It's going to happen in a few days' time. And then also, Rudolph, you may be surprised that Biafra government, the Ministry of Sports, are currently somewhere around Europe, and Biafra national football team will be playing the first ever international tournament, and it is starting on the 14th of this month, which is next tomorrow. So the game will start next tomorrow and end on the 18th. So they already, they just they probably arrived the country today. So our national football team will be playing. But when we first announced that, a lot of propaganda were flying. Oh, they're announcing their Biafran team. Everything we said, they believe it's a lie or they believe it's propaganda. But what they don't know is that this is a government, and we're not here to start lying to people to like what we're doing. But when we say it, we are also going to bring it publicly for you to see. When we start engaging the United States, they say it's a Photoshop, they say it's a propaganda. But, I don't blame them, because during the time of most of these people, they were actually agitating for Biafra with propaganda. So we don't do propaganda. Everything we do is online, verifiable. You can call the people involved and ask them whether we have been engaging them to educate them about Biafra, and of course presenting Biafra as a solution to bring stability to the Western Africa, Sahel region and beyond. This is something that everybody must know and support. Nigeria has failed and can never ever work for anybody. So the only thing you can do as a Biafran, if you are a Biafran, is to support, or you remain silent and watch how we will liberate you from Nigeria. Thank you very much, Rudolph. Looking forward to have this conversation again with you.
Thank you. We appreciate